Hello, everybody. It's a wonderful day today. What we got for you is season 5, week 8 of NASA. I'm Too Soon, joined by Brando V2. And Brando, we have an absolute banger for the first game. Ballin versus Woe. Ballin trying to keep their playoff chances alive. It starts with them winning here. What can you tell me about them?
Yeah, with ball and balls, like you said, there is still a path for them to playoffs, but they got to win here, and then it's kind of out of their hands and waiting on the results for NBS versus Fly. But ball and ballers, pretty comfortable with each other. They've played with each other since I believe OSAS 4, probably before that, and just very familiar. And with this first map going to AtLab, and with this character pool of a Vice and Taro Aimi, probably looking for some damage here. There is a Spark of Strength start, so maybe some of that Spark scaling early on. But Woe Chills, not going to be a pushover. Cakes actually go with the Dubu, given that Juno pickup to Hamster Quest. So I'm expecting Ballers to be going for a lot of damage here, and Woe Chills really trying to use that Luna mobility, that Juno mobility, to really push against the Ballers goal box and really try to get early momentum going in their favor.
Yeah, and you mentioned a lot about damage here, but it's actually big anime Milkies from Ballers here staggered first. One barrier gone for each side here. Lufox trying to keep the pressure up here, but as we can see, big anime Milkies is taken out by Cakes in the goal box, but a nice teleport by Bebop confirms that second barrier. Now they have to keep this power play at bay here. The Crater Maker not really helping out, but a nice interception from Lufox. Big anime Milkies is back here up on the defense, and an insane teleport almost got there, but Cakes is shutting that down relatively easily. Nice secondary from Cakes as well, and we're really seeing a lot of back and forth here with the stagger bars as well. Big anime Milky's in jail and Lufox low as well.
Yeah, and with Bam on Zentaro known for a lot of damage, a lot of cooldowns, a lot of hits, but kind of struggles tanking a lot of those hits, as we saw getting KO'd early on. But Bebop able to blink in and shove into the corner for Bam to able to secure that goal against Cakes, giving Ball and Ballers the first point in this set.
Yeah, and it's something we haven't talked about quite enough yet. Vice goalie is a little bit of an unorthodox pick, but it's still playing relatively similar to most standard eject button goalies, as Dr. Bebop is showing insane map control, is able to set up that kill and get the first barrier here. Now it's a power play for Ball and Ballers here. Big anime Milkies with a flip in the face of Cakes. Almost gets it through, but a nice stop from Hamster Quest. He's looking really low here. The damage is coming through in full form, but ZZZ is back online to help Hamster Quest out here. No, not enough. Nice shock from the Vice, confirming it into the glitch pop, and it's another power play back-to-back. Lufox, nice blink. Cakes with an early evade here. Can't save it from the Zentaro special, though. It's a little bit too much to ask for, and Ballin goes up 2-0 in the first set.
And I think this is where Ballin wants to be. They finally got their ults, they finally hit the level 2, and now they're just able to pump out more damage. And as we were seeing there, they were able to get a pretty quick KO on Z's, and then by the time Z's was able to respawn and come back, both Hamster Quest and Cakes were both down to half stagger. So just a lot of damage coming out from this Ball and Ballers comp, as we see maybe Hamster Quest is on the table, but there is no Hamster there, with Bam able to find a kill, and Dr. Bebop with that Vice ult, just a lot of damage, a lot of knockback coming out, but luckily Woe Chills able to hold down long enough for Cakes to come back up, and we'll see if Ball Ballers can secure this first set here.
Open that situation for both sides here. Dr. Bebop trying to lock it down here. Turret to help him out. Big anime Milkies with the Zentaro canceling, almost picked up the kill, but it doesn't matter because the Lufox sinks it into the top barrier, and that is 3 goals for Ball and Ballers going unanswered. And with how much damage has been pumping out here, heavy impact definitely going to help them out here, but there are a few survivability options for Woe Chills here, namely Catalyst and any sort of blink or size, maybe twin drive. just keep them alive a little bit longer. It's so much going on.
Yeah, but we do see that spark coming up, and unfortunately, Cakes is the first pick for Woes, and the only one on Woes that does not take spark. But I do think you're right, picking up that catalyst for survivability, because if Dubu can stay on the field and able to evade some of these hits, keep their stagger up so they're not threatened with the KO, they should be able to lock down the goals to wait for their team to come back, as we see Z's once again, that Zentaro Vice Wombo combo getting ulted right off the map, and a quick double barrier out from Ballin' Ballers.
Ballin' Ballers in complete control, but unfortunately Dr. Bebop gambits that second barrier. But it's okay though, Cakes ping-pongs to Big Anime Milkies, and he's able to sink it into the bottom for a swift first goal there.
Yeah, I'm betting all the Vice mains out there are so relieved that Heavy Impact is now back in rotation. Everything that Vice has is an impact, and with the exception of her secondary, pretty easy for Vice to get a multi-hit with her abilities. So getting that cooldown reduction out of Heavy Impact as well is going to be very crucial for Dr. Bebop to find these kills, as he's kind of looking on Z's, not able to get staggered right there, does use a primary to get out, but Bam is right there with that Zentaro ult to secure the kill. And once again, Ballin' Ballers with this power play.
Yeah, Ballin' Ballers have been finding them so well. They're setting up each other immensely. There's that barrier from Lufoxdio, and ZZZ is able to get back up here and try and peel for Cakes, who can't. Unfortunately, that's just a whole kit dump. 2 flips gone, but ZZZ is staggered now, and Hamster Quest is low too. Dr. Bebop trying to set something up here through the staggered Luna. Lufox playing the goalie while Bebop tries to kill Juno here, and Cakes finally back up, trying to lock it down, and he does. Assist from Hamster Quest to get that kill. It's a power play. Woe Chills trying to find a pulse, but unfortunately the sentry turret cutting the pass and scoring that goal. Ballin' Ballers, even down a man, they stay composed and find the goal.
Yeah, Woe Chills was doing such a good job. Z's and Hamster Quest, even though their goalie got KO'd and their goal was basically open or undefended, they did not leave up the pressure. Neither of them fell back to defend and just kept that pressure going and able to keep the core on the side of Ballin' Ballers for the respawn to come up. But unfortunately then and right there, it doesn't matter. With the mobility, the damage, the ability usage that is coming out of Ballin' Ballers, Woe Chills has to find a way to stop their momentum, because right now everything's looking like it's coming up all Ballers.
And unfortunately, this draft doesn't seem to help them out too much. Very smart pick from Lufoxdio, taking the Spark of Resilience, the only survivability option here. Now, Woe Chills really just has to settle for whatever Gigabyss they can find. But Spec training on that Vice, who has already been so scary and applying this pressure, not only for the barriers, but for the kills, I think Ballin' Ballers have just scaled out of control here.
I think you might be right. Kind of an unfortunate whiff there from Bebop, kind of letting both barriers go, but does take out Woe Chills' goalie right there. But it is going to be kind of curious, Juno with that double spark and a missile prop Luna, if Woe Chills can kind of start fighting damage with damage and start finding some KOs of their own, or if they're going to keep with this kind of like core control, high mobility, offensive pressure that they've been going for so far this first game here.
Yeah, but you can see how quickly it all goes south there. Case is overwhelmed by all 3 members, but they still manage to retain position. Nice jump. Not enough, though. ZZZ tries to boost in, almost dies for it, but the Juno blobs and the pressure from Luna, it's enough to find them that first goal, and there's life from the side of Woe Chills. They found some magic secret sauce. Now they need to replicate it 2 more times.
Yeah, and like, as bad as it kind of seems, if Ballin' Ballers keeps getting KOs on Cakes, on Woe Chills' goalie, I don't think that's going to affect Woe Chills that much, just because with Hamster Quest and Z's just so much control and so much mobility, if they can just keep the offensive pressure going even when they're a goalie down, then I think that's kind of where Woe Chills' kind of win condition is. Get the core over there and just as obvious as it seems, never let it leave and kind of force Ballin' Ballers to waste their cooldowns, waste their damage in their own goal box.
Yeah, but they're doing a great job of holding onto that core right now, both Lufox and Bam. Lufox with the core now, trying to set up his forward. Nice strike war from Cakes, being the Zentaro primary. They are a man down here, though, and Bebop definitely proving it, how he steps up, applying pressure to that top side, and a nice shot up to that same top angle. Ballin' Ballers, they answer back real quick.
Yeah, and Bebop, you've seen it this entire match. They have that eject button, Vice. They're able to pop in, they get third forward temporarily, but they don't panic. They know that timing of that eject button. They know how long they have to stay up there and help with that offensive pressure. And even in that last point there, they stayed up there. They waited out their eject button. They had no way back, but they had so much offensive pressure. But unfortunately, Hamster Quest and Z's calling out Bebop's eject button placement sends the core to that top corner, and Bebop not able to come back in time for the save.
Yeah, as much as Dr. Bebop is helping on the offense, he might be getting a little overzealous here as Woe Chills are looking to take their first set. Down a barrier, though, and down two after Lufox uses his flip, but Cakes trying to hold on to this open net. Bam with the core here. Lufox setting him up. Sentry turret. There's the supernova, but ZZZ is able to take both barriers after it slips past the Aimi. Strike shot from Cakes. It's a 1v1, but unfortunately not enough. Lufox is able to clean up Juno there, and now it's a power play that went from 0 to 100 so quickly.
Yeah, Ballin' Ballers, they were so far on their back foot. They lost both barriers pretty quick just to ZZZ's placement and their shots. But as soon as they found that KO, made that offensive pressure, and Bebop moving up to be that third forward, and Lufoxio with a well-placed glitch pop to send it into that bottom corner where Woe Chills just did not have an answer for.
Yeah, but Woe Chills definitely have an answer to get both the barriers here. ZZZ almost had a nice demon angle, but Dr. Bebop was right there to clean that up. Nice glitch pop to intercept as Ballin' Ballers have their core possession and a kill to boot. That spectrating coming in full fruition right now. ZZZ dead, and there's a sentry turret to keep both members of Woe Chills low. It's too much pressure, too much to ask for. Big anime milkies in the face of Cakes, able to close it out for Ballin' Ballers.
Yeah, Ballin' Ballers, and I kind of said going into it with that comp they had with that, we weren't sure if they were going to pick up the Vice goalie or the Aimi goalie. Like you said, Vice goalie, kind of a little unconventional, but when you have those two forwards, as Zentaro and Aimi, that know how to pump out that damage, Vice is just so good at popping in and securing those KOs. Just a lot of knockbacks. And yeah, the Aimi kind of got a little bit of a spark scaling going on, but I think I don't even call it a turning point because Ballin' Ballers just had so much damage right out the gate. But I think the start of the beginning of the end for Woe Chills was actually the heavy impact on that Vice. Just more damage on every ability. They get a double hit. They get hit the core, hit two members of Woe Chills. They get cooldown reductions on their abilities, and that Vice is just going to keep pumping that damage. And yeah, they kind of gave up a lot of barriers that were kind of maybe a little overzealous. But that was their game plan. Their game plan was go in, go hard, go rough, and just take them out and get the goal. And they accomplished it.
Yeah, Dr. Bebop was definitely a crucial factor in generating all that forward momentum. 6 KOs on him. It was absolutely insane with that Vice goalie. But as you said, his build allowed for it, and the tempo was just completely controlled by Ballin' Ballers from start to finish, pedal to the metal. Woe Chills, they definitely did have some signs of life, but unfortunately, it was ripped away from all the kills that Vice, Aimi, and Zentaro were able to snag. So we'll have to see if Ballin' Ballers continues with this absolute snowball tempo controlling gameplay into map 2, or if they'll mix it up. Because if you provide Hamster, Cakes, and ZZZ the opportunity to scale and get those defensive awakenings, they can definitely hold their own in these power play situations. So we'll have to see how that turns out.
Yeah, we saw in that last game, Ball and Baller is dishing out a lot of KOs, but whenever they did KO Cakes in the goal box and Woe Chills was without a goalie, just the coordination, the passing, the ability usage, the mobility that Hamster Quest and Z's had, neither of them fell back. And when your goalie gets KO'd, there's kind of that knee-jerk reaction to fall back. But no, they knew that they could keep the pressure, they could keep control for the 12 seconds it took for Cakes to come back. And sure enough, they did. And they kept a lot of that pressure going. They were able to get barriers even on the receiving end of the power play. But as soon as either Hamster Quest or Z's gets KO'd, they kind of lose that forward momentum. Dubu, a great lock it down goalie, but kind of struggles if you're going to move up. You're giving up a lot of positioning. So getting the KOs on those forwards allowed Ball and Ballers to relieve a lot of that offensive pressure and swing it in the other direction and basically just get three men in Woe Chills' goal box and dump damage, dump abilities, get the barriers, and eventually get that goal.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing in the ban phase here on Taiko Tempo, Juno taken out by Ballin. That core control was definitely the one spot in which Ballin Ballers was weak in that last set. So a very understandable ban from them. All those slimes, all the interceptions. It was a little bit too much for them, even in a power play situation. But an Atlas ban from Woe, I'm not too sure if Atlas is the best, strongest pick on Taiko Temple with how volatile it is. But again, their goalie does play the Atlas. So what are you gonna do if ZZZ and I definitely forgot his name. Hamster Quest. Oh my goodness. Hamster Quest can't get their goals in. So it's Taiko Temple, it's at Lab, but a little bit more exciting. And the picks are coming in through on the Super Surge fight or flight start. And that just means everyone's going to be fast. Everywhere's going to be covered. Everyone is going to be everywhere all the time. It's going to be high octane, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and especially on Tycho. So you got that fight or flight, people strike the core, get that speed boost. They're gonna be running all over the place. You got that super surge. I'm sure the Imi's gonna love that, dashing everywhere. But the core speed is also gonna be a factor, specifically on Tycho. Just a lot of those drum hits, the kind of awkwardness that can kind of come from the corners on those center drums. So I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of speed coming at this match, both from the players but also the core as well. And so Atlas could have been good, lock it down, but with how much mobility and speed I'm kind of predicting coming into this match, Atlas kind of a little too slow once that last barrier gets taken.
Yeah, and we kind of see a pseudo kitten comp here. Aimi X and the Mako coming out from the side of Low Chills. That is definitely scary with that fight or flight start. X is really only held back by his lack of mobility, which is solved off of fight or flight by itself. And we can already see how potent Aimi is. That last match, it was Lufoxtio on it, but I believe it's going to be Hamster Quest this time. So things are going to be spicy if the kitten comp can truly kitten. But Vice, Luna, Asher, perhaps it's Dr. Bebop on that Vice again. And that will just lead to more damage with that Super Surge star. Perhaps they're going to invest in the KO comp once again.
It possibly. I imagine a lot of the damage is going to be coming from Lufoxio and Bebop. If Bam on that Asher does end up finding those KOs, it's probably going to be either just some like passive damage from them trying to shove the core through, or them falling back to someone who's staggered, can't run away, probably the X, I'd imagine, and just kind of like effectively dash punching a Julie combo, but with the Asher. So I think this is going to be a little bit of a, I don't want to say like a back and forth, but we're going to see a lot of fighting on one goal box. And then as soon as it gets cleared out, just a good amount of fighting into the other goal box. We kind of see here, yep, the Aimi with that turret locking it in. So X can just kind of like start punching and just kind of try to stuff it right into that last barrier. But unfortunately, not able to get that last barrier and get that goal open.
Yeah, ZZZ already has his energy bar fully charged, and nobody else is even coming close to him. The energy economy is insane for Wochills as they look to activate this offense here. Attacking from the top side, ZZZ, unfortunate dribble, can't find the follow-up, but they have it in the top down barrier angle right there. The bass and drum to speed up this X, who didn't take fight or flight actually, so we're going to need a full investment from the Mako there. There's a kill on to Lufoxdio, and Hamster Quest looking with that flip, but unfortunately going to whiff it there. They're starting to get to the bottom once more. Cakes trying to charge something up here, but bam, nice interception there. There's a teleport. Dr. Bebop almost finds it. Cakes with the panic flip, but they're hold on for now, and there's a dash punch from Luna. I mean, KOs are flying everywhere, Bland.
Yeah, and with full super surge on the side of Wochills, it seems like they're trying to do the damage, their own kind of damage comp. But Ball and Baller just kind of has a little bit too much stuffing pressure once it gets over into that corner. Bam able to get the barriers fairly easily with an Asher, but then that high mobility of the Luna, that Dr. Bebop on the Vice just popping in, like you're saying, just acting as that kind of surprise forward every now and then. But we are seeing Wochills finally dish out some of that damage, and Z's trying to find a KO on Big Anime Milky's there, but just not able to secure it, while Lufoxio is kind of controlling the core and trying to constantly challenge this barrier in a 2v1 scenario here.
Yeah, it was an insane hold from Lufox, who looks a little bit battered and bruised, and there's one barrier down. ZZZ wins the strike war for a second. Wochills in complete control here. Lufox is staggered and out. ZZZ, nice center pass to himself, but the flip from Bebop covers it for now. Hamster Quest looking low, trying to get some orbs here. ZZZ, 1v2 situation, 1v3 now. Lufox is up, Supernova comes out. They're so close, but yet so far away from finding this goal here. Bebop teleporting up, trying to activate this offense. Lufox keeping it in the corner. That's where you want it. Bam! With the path splitter, but dies for it. This is another huge opportunity, but Bebop and Lufox are finding so much pressure, they can't get it cleared through them. Hamster Quest and Cakes looking low here, and ZZZ, if they can just catch one with that flip, there it is, and that is all it takes. Bell Ringer with the flip. Dr. Bebop pinned against the wall there, and it took a while, but once Wochills had that offense going, they didn't let go.
Now, and a lot of damage coming out from both teams here. We already know Ball and Ballers knows how to play those damage comps, but now seeing Wochills kind of pivot from that high mobility core control we saw last game into these damage, trying to find all these damage plays. Right now they're kind of struggling to get that damage, but once they do, they keep it up. Z's popping that ult just to keep chipping away, make sure they Bebop and Lufoxio can't get healed up, and just kind of keep that pressure and allowing Hamster Quest to just keep sending the core back to where he wants it. But Bebop again pops in a beautiful power chord, catches a clear and sends it in, and that is 2-1 for Ball and Ballers.
Yeah, it looked a little bit dicey there. All three members were swarming that bottom barrier, but Bebop able to find some refuge and a nice opportunity there, but he commits to the Supernova. He almost loses two barriers for it. Thank goodness Lufoxio was there, but they're also able to trade the barrier in kind. ZZZ almost had that flip angle, unfortunately mistimed it, and the offense was so quickly activated with Lufox, and bam, ZZZ with X Maximus to peel Luna away there. Bam looking super scary, winning these strike wars. There's the everything. Oh my goodness, that Vice teleportation to stun Hamster Quest and set Bam and Lufox up. I mean, it's just looking like the last game is happening all over again with Dr. Bebop.
Yeah, but we are seeing Wochills actually compete in the damage category this game around, and I think especially with an X, kind of notorious known for scaling out of control, Wochills does have the ability to scale here. X picking up the spark, another spark kind of already out, not going to be able to get that spark of resilience to stack on with that, but two sparks still in the game, build up that power, and they still have the resources left to do it. So Wochills can still scale into that damage and start out competing Ball and Ballers in that category. And we've already seen the kind of core control passing plays that they have and that coordination they can do. Like we see right there, beautiful Imi Sentry turret, able to keep it sending forward while Z's just gets barrier after barrier and it just wins the strike war to get it in. I honestly think if Woe Chills can either get the survivability so they're taking less damage or start out damaging Ball and Ballers, they have just the team play chemistry to turn this around.
And off the back of that quick goal, they're looking to find another one here. But all three members of Ball and Ballers were applying pressure there, and they continue to do so. Bam somehow finds that core Crater Maker to create some space, and Cakes able to hold onto that top barrier. But unfortunately, Hamster Quest is going to die, and so is he! Disaster for Woe Chills. It's ZZZ all by himself. 3 versus 1. It's too much to ask for. Absolute disaster for Woe Chills. It just got out of hand too quickly with Cakes pushing up there and dying for it.
Yeah, and like you said, early on at that point, all 3 members of Ball and Ballers in that corner, which mean on the side of Woe Chills, which just means all their abilities, they're hitting the core, they're contesting the core, but they're also just dumping damage, which just allowed Bam to find the damage and find the KO to get that Hamster Quest out, get their core flip up, and then catch Cakes out of position, a little too close to the edge, and flips it. But in that point, that was just pure stuffing. Bam gets it in there, takes the barriers, and then Bebop, like we've seen time and time again, pops in and then secures the point.
I mean, with the stat line that Bebop is racking up here, you'd start to wonder if he really is the goalie all along, or if this is just 3 forwards as he almost is able to intercept that clear being the core going topside there. But Woe Chill is able to hold on for now. Drum and bass, not quite enough. There's the Supernova creating all the space! All the damage in the world, Dr. Bebop in the thick of it. It's unimaginable what this Vice goalie can do to Woe Chills.
And looking at here, yeah, Ballin gets to deny the spark from the X. X doesn't get a scale, at least from the spark. Still some good things, but we are seeing the Stagger Swagger. I can only imagine either it being Hamster or Z's picking up that Stagger Swagger for survivability's sake. And Ball and Ballers denying the 1-2 from X, not wanting them to scale out of control. And Stagger Swagger not getting picked up yet. And they go Timeless Cast-a-Last.
Yeah, they might be trying to spec into any sort of damage, trying to find some competition because Bam, Bebop, Lufox, they start and they keep going. But maybe that's why they picked up the Timeless. That was insane pressure out of nowhere. They find both barriers and all 3 members looking a little bit low. This is their chance. This is their moment to shine. Bell Ringer intercepting all of them. The core is just taking a stroll down to the bot side. All 3 members looking bruised. Hamster Quest has a flip, finds a kill. The other 2 are on death's door. Case speeding them up, and another kill and a goal. That Timeless pick absolutely made them scale out of control. Maybe we don't know what we're talking about here.
That is, I think that's kind of their game plan now. Get that early pressure going so they can basically what Ball and Ballers have been doing all game, get that pressure going, get everyone over there, and they start dumping abilities, dumping that damage, or just finding those KOs on the edge with that nice bell ringer from Z's with the flip, with the X Maximus getting that final barrier, does have flip, and finds a KO, allowing Cakes to just sneak it in.
It's been a complete 180 from the last 2 sets. Woe Chills just able to overwhelm Ball and Ballers here, but that turret is offline, and that was off the back of that turret placement. And now Bam is able to find that first barrier, and Dr. Bebop trying to hold on to his, but Taiko Temple always so unpredictable. And there's that sentry turret. There's another flip too. There it's that flip stuffed out by the Asher primary. Cakes, drum and bass, 1v2 situation, path splitter, flip, gone, Bam with the core, sets up to Bebop. Where's that goalie going? Lufox looking low though with ZZZ in his face with the X Maximus, almost dies there, nice evade, and the core, it's Procure X the Rock, but Bam is saying, not through me. and the drum and bass is able to hold on for just a little bit longer after an absolute devastating first 30 or so seconds. We have a relatively neutral position. Both teams trying to get something going here with their cooldowns, but Bam is running insane interference here.
Yeah, and Cake's finding these beautiful clears in the face of Asher and Luna dashing in, able to clear straight up, finding Hamster Quest for a lot of those passes, a lot of those clears. But yeah, this early game is basically all about getting the core over to one side and just doing as much damage as possible for both teams. But then, yeah, the longer these points go on, their cooldowns are just not syncing up, so it's kind of harder to keep that sustained damage. And so it kind of becomes a bit more back and forth and kind of just who can find those clears and find those scoring opportunities.
Yeah, if they can survive the 10 seconds of Armageddon, their chances of winning skyrockets. But unfortunately, Dr. Bebop and Lufox, ill-equipped for that flip, ill-equipped for that death. And there's the flip from Hamster Quest to set up ZZZ. Lufox clutching it up. Nice flip from Bam. They're trying to buy some time for Bebop. It's not enough, though, and Whoa Chills, they secure that first set. It's much needed. Now they can spec into survivability, spec into more damage. We might be seeing a game 3 here, folks, pending this draft.
And extra special with that Aimi who already has Timeless. If you've already seen the utility that they can get from that Firewall Sentry, obviously they're going to pick that up. They're going to allow that. It's going to allow them to keep that pressure, that early pressure, more consistently. Like after every kickoff, X is having to deny that Deadeye from the Luna, but Asher does deny the Spark from X. Although that is 3 sparks on Bam there. Spark of Resilience, Spark of Agility, and Spark of Focus. Bam,
the builds are looking very scary here, but even though X has a Dead Awakening here, I think they're happy to just fully spec into that oppressive Aimi turret. They already find that first barrier there. Supernova trying to buy some time here, and it does successfully, but ZZZ is able to run so much damage, so much interference here, just cut off the coordination, the circulation. Hamster Quest popping in, trying to assist, and he does. There's that second barrier. It's too much to ask for Bebop, who's ill-equipped with all these cooldowns, but Cake's caught out of position and pays for it with 2 barriers. Firewall turret, not enough on the defense there. Bam, almost trying to... Emi does because of Lufox's boost. Bam almost did it himself, but the Lufox assist, the builds are looking extremely scary here, both on core control and damage.
Yeah, and that Firewall Sentry, I think, is going to come into play. But if Ballin' Ballers can hold off this initial push, keep one barrier up, I think they have the abilities, they have the speed, they have the damage to get things done. It's just kind of surviving that initial push. And unfortunately, for this point, they just aren't able to keep both barriers up. And a well-timed blink in from Hamster Quest is able to secure that point.
Yeah, and the energy is looking very scary for both sides. 2 flips for Whoa Chills, but 2 flips coming up. Firewall Sentry committed to the defense, and the pass splitter trying to keep the momentum going. All of a sudden, Lufoxio is down and out. That's devastating for their energy, and Bam is trying to run interference here. There's the flip. There's the primary to stuff it out there. No flips to respond, but they still got one more going for them. Cakes in a 1v1 with a flip, and Bebop coming out of nowhere to help. It's just the story time and time again of Bebop being that third offensive player. Firewall Sentry again trying to keep the tempo with Whoa Chills, and it works that time as Bebop is looking extremely low. Hamster Quest almost dies. Has to burn that flip, is looking extremely worse for wear, and Bam confirms that kill. It's a power play now for Ballin' Ballers, and Bebop intercepts that core with his secondary. I mean, the placement has been impeccable from him.
Bebop has been so on point with this secondary, like perfectly timing it, because I was full on with what I assume Z's was looking at, that the Luna was going to hit the core out, but Bebop with a perfect secondary to stun it and get in and get that barrier, just kind of catching everyone off guard. But now just back and forth, but Ballin' Ballers finds the KO on Z's and able to send it cross map, and it is game point here for Ballers.
Yeah, the Ballin' Ballers players are complimenting themselves so well with their ability usage. That kill on ZZZ was because of the shockwave Dr. Bebop sent out, sending it up into the Crater Maker there. So, with the barrier down here with Woe Chills, they're looking to find something, but Bam has been doing God's work, cutting the pass, cutting the circulation, Bebop winning his one, and Lufox is picking up a kill cross-map with Boost. Woe Chills, they're taking that first barrier, but it's a power play. That second one might not be long for this world. Nice bass and drum, clears it, and finds that top barrier. Woe Chills are not out of it yet. Hamster Quest is back up here, and Cakes is trying to step up, but he pays for it with all of his health bar. Looking staggered here, Hamster Quest might not be able to push up because of that anymore, and the center drum almost costing him that second barrier. I don't know how they managed to hold on to it for that long. All three members on Ballin' Ballers are looking online, but they have to be wary of this X flip here. Crater Maker coming out, Supernova. Oh no! Disaster! Dr. Bebop overextended, the core went red out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, it is set point for both teams here.
And I think Woe Chills' game plan here is twofold. Get that early pressure, get those two barriers down as quick as possible, and then anytime Bebop blinks out to become that third forward, find the clear and call him out on it, and get that barrier, get the goal, and kind of punish Bebop for being as aggressive as they are. But that is no easy task with just how spot on and methodical they are being with these teleports.
Yeah, and two barriers down from the side of Woe Chills. Cakes looking low as well. But the Sentry turret that has been so devastating is online and stuffed by Bam, who is an absolute tank with those 3 sparks. Oh my goodness! An absolute cluster of cooldowns off that boost, but unfortunately, the impact secondary from Bebop and Bam working together to keep Cakes perma-stun, and Ballin' Ballers, they get it done, going 3-5, and now are pending the results of NBS versus Fly in order to see if they will be moving on to the top 6. And I mean, Brando, this was just an absolute clinical performance off the unorthodox Vice goalie pick. Lufox and Dr. Bebop supporting each other defensively and setting each other up for the kills. Dr. Bebop helping Bam up with the insane teleports. I mean, all 3 members looked perfectly in sync, and the positioning was there with the cooldown usage. It was a tough mountain for Woe Chills to climb, and they did their best. They held on, they applied some great pressure, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to topple the mountain of Ballin' Ballers.
No, that offensive, like seeming like pure aggression playstyle that was coming out of Ballin' Ballers. They, as soon as the core got into the side of Woe Chills, LaFoxio dashing in, big anime Milkies. Once they got the triple spark, they had the speed, they had the cooldowns, they had the stagger, so you're not going to be damaging them for anything. But that pure aggression was just too much in the end for Woe Chills to handle. They showed some life. They showed that they can do damage themselves, but in the end, I think you're right. Bebop on that Vice, just so pinpoint, so methodical with when they were popping in, how long they would stay up there and apply that pressure, I think was just kind of the deciding factor and kind of showing Vice goalie viable.
Yeah, especially in the capable hands of Dr. Bebop. So, Ballin' Ballers, they get it done, going up to 3-5. And when we come back, it is NBS versus Fly. Ballin' Ballers will be paying extremely close attention to this one. If I believe NBS loses, that means Ballin' Ballers goes to the top 6. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this short break. Hello, everybody, and we are so back after an absolute banger game between Ballin and Woe. We have another one for you. PPL versus Ember. And the Coscopium here today is that if Ember wins versus PPL, their chances of making it to the playoffs stay alive. But that's a tall order considering PPL the only team to remain undefeated. But of course, anything's possible in NASA. We're headed to Night Market, Brando, with an explosive entrance and big fish start. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, just looking at these character picks right off the bat, we are seeing the Era Mako X classic comp come out on the side of not Ember's Flame, PPL. So I'm expecting kind of a kitten comp damage going on there, but Mr. Zert, pretty good at finding those KOs, finding those damage on that Julie. And Night Market, kind of one of those sleeper Julie picks. If you know how to find those KOs, it can be really good. But Fiery with a beautiful double barrier in the first 5 seconds of this, is gonna put could have put Ember's Flame a little bit on their back foot there.
Yeah, but Jay and Zerd off a beautiful blink, able to respond in kind. And it's actually Aragoli here, Mako midfield. A little bit interesting with the switch up there. And another kill found by Jay, and average Alex looking extremely low as well. A huge ensnare drums buy them some time, but unfortunately Jay's stellar glitch pop secures PPL that first goal in this first set.
Yeah, and Fiery finding really nice double barrier at the bat, but unfortunately just not able to get the momentum going again. But it does look like we might be having a little bit of technical difficulties there. But I guess while we kind of wait for this to get sorted out, we are seeing another Vice goalie pick here. This time on Sylvia. Do you think she'll be able to live up to the performance we saw from Bebop earlier?
Sylvia is an extremely talented eject button goalie, known mostly for her IME pick, but Jay on that right now. So I definitely think that Sylvia is definitely going to put up the same showing, if not better, than Bebop here. But Fiery, nice self-pass off that central barrier, central wall, gets that first barrier for them. X Maximus to assist in clearing with that ensnare drums, but Jay able to respond in kind. Dash punch to tack on some damage here. Average Alex with that flip, looking a little bit low here. Loom trying to find some sort of clear, but the glitch pops are intercepting everything. As Sylvia takes the calm top clear to Zert, but a shrink beam is able to apply so much pressure, and Fiery is able to find that center shot and get both barriers, but unfortunately Supernova sends him at such a weird angle, but that's okay though, because average Alex has a flip and nobody is covering topside. So it's a 1-to-1 start here for the first set of this game.
And I just now realized I kind of mentioned that classic comp Mako Era X, but typically we see the Mako goalie with an Era midfield. We're seeing an Era goalie now with a Mako midfield, which kind of tells me that PPL, and it seems to be working, is basically get the pressure going quick and then just shove it down one lane, because with that X, with that Mako, they're going to have so much coverage along one lane, and then Bloom just kind of covering the clear and pushing up as necessary.
Yeah, and they're really snowballing off these beautiful double barrier finds, but it's looking like they are getting double barriered instead. There's the flip and the dash punch, unfortunately not being able to find anything, but a very low Alex. Fiery able to take off both barriers there. A beautiful snipe out of nowhere, and it is Ember's Flame in total control here so far.
And that seems kind of like where they want to be. PPL doing just so much work there with the X, the Mako, finding these nice either double barriers or like really back-to-back barriers, and which is going to make it just that much harder for Sylvia to defend against. She's doing a great job blinking in and kind of helping on those offensive, but when you have a Mako and an X in your face, she's really going to struggle. But we do see the heavy impact onto the Mako and that spec training onto the Vice. So we could be seeing a lot of damage coming out, but with Average Alex, with that heavy impact, that does proc on Mako's secondary, buffing her teammates. So a lot more cooldowns on that, and then just a lot more impacts dishing out some damage. So PPL might be trying to scale into some damage here.
Yeah, and I have to scale into knowing which teams are the right teams. I had him wrong again, but that's okay because PPL are able to secure both barriers in kind, but unfortunately Mr. Zert with a dash punch from Ember's Flame, that's their team, they get that first goal in the second set.
Yeah, and Mr. Zert doing a great job being ready to find those scoring opportunities and kind of falling back when they sense a KO, with Mako or X kind of hovering maybe a little too close to the edge, and then Sylvia and Jay kind of helping play to that, sending the core along the edge. But right now we are seeing a lot of forward pressure from PPL with this X just right in their face, and Average Alex just covering the midfield, using that speed boost to cover when necessary. And if they can't catch it, pop that Mako secondary, give Fiery the speed, give Bloom the speed to just cover the rest of the field that they can't reach.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see Average Alex work this midfield position, in which is probably Mako's worst role, but they're able to find some really unique pressure opportunities here with Mr. Zert dash punch into flip to beat up Alex and clear it, but Fiery doing God's work in the bot field there. And what an insane redirect off the drum and bass. That is absolutely disgusting from Alex there.
Beautiful redirect with that drum and bass, but also that Mako passive giving Average Alex a larger hitbox and able to find that nice split the difference between Jay and Sylvia, where neither of them just could not reach it. And with the core moving that fast, just so hard to react to. But we do see PPL seemingly full control until Fiery starts taking every ability in the game, and Ember's Flame finds the KO. And can they find that forward pressure?
Yeah, and it looks like they can, with Jay securing that bot barrier and Snare Drums trying to buy some time, just enough for Fiery to get back online here. But Jay with a beautiful dash, nobody was covering top side. Average Alex trying to flip and make something happen here. Fiery in a 1v1 against Jay, slips by, but Sylvia goes down out of nowhere. A flip from Mr. Zertz. Not able to find anything though, but they still have possession of the core. Jay with the beautiful dash saving it, but Fiery, I mean, so fast with that bell ringer, double kittened up, and they are able to equalize here.
Yeah, and Zert trying to find that KO on Average Alex, but Average Alex just totally aware of that, of Mr. Zert's positioning, and knows just to strike and back away, keeping them alive and keeping them alive to help PPL make those plays, get it up to Fiery, and Fiery just punches right through Sylvia. And this X is going to be very difficult for a Vice to handle if Ember's Flame can't start dishing out this damage more consistently. Juliet really good at finding those KOs, but not too good at that consistent damage, because she heavily relies on that kick punch combo for scoring potential, for finding those KOs. And so I don't think Mr. Zert's going to be too much on keeping that sustained damage down, which means it's really just down to Jay and Sylvia. But they also kind of have to rely on using their abilities to core control and get the core up so Mr. Zert can do their thing.
Yeah, but Bloom with a rare blunder sacks that second barrier. Jay has to flip to deal with that dash, a wise decision. And PPL are doing a great job, despite not having an insane amount of core control, keeping the ball in their possession and trying to activate this offense here. So you see Fiery X Maximus into flip, confirms a kill onto Jay, almost sinks it into the top barrier. He's so huge, gets a second one with the bell ringer, but Mr. Zert, he's locking it down. 2 more seconds till Jay's back on the punch. It's huge, the glitch pop even better. Oh my goodness, Ember Monarch are holding on with their last breath. All 3 members back online. I can't believe Mr. Zert held on for that long, but an impossible strike war to win, and PPL are able to take that second set.
Yeah, Mercer Zero holding it down, showing it doesn't matter what goal box they're in, they know how to play the core. But we are going to see X up front, and not too much like insanely good rapid fire, fight or flight, cast last. We could see X getting picked up here. X kind of letting it fall through, and does pick up the spark resilience. Interesting. X could be waiting for the other sparks get that scaling going. And other than that, not too much insane. The Stagger Swagger denying the survivability from the Mako. But Jay picking up the rapid fire. We've already seen a lot of good glitch pop plays. So that cooldown reduction is not going to help them if Fiery has their way and finds those KOs right off the bat.
Another huge pick of the Spark of Resilience is another survivability option down. But Fiery has both Big Fish and Peak Performance, so he's already really fast by himself and is fine with letting Fight or Flight go to the hands of Mr. Zert, as they can take both barriers here off that power play. But Ember's Monarch, they're trying to find and cook something of their own. Another glitch pop to maintain control here. Average Alex acting like the goalie for now, and Maloom is stepping up with that flip. But Sylvia clears that bot side, and then Sentry Turret applying a lot of pressure. Average Alex looking really low, about to die, but it's a reversal with the ensnare drums. Power play, it's good. Average Alex staggered, but still finds the clear through the Supernova. 1 in 100 odds for that, I think.
And beautifully played by Average Alex. Seeing Zert trying to go for those KOs, Average Alex is kind of low on the stagger there. Does just pop that ult, get Zert caught in that Mako baby jail, and effectively letting Zert take himself out by dashing into those walls.
Yeah, it's been a huge effort both defensively and offensively with Average Alex here as he navigates this Mako midfield position. But it is Ember's Flame with the first barrier down here, almost finding two. Mr. Zert not able to find it through Average Alex, and a kill out of nowhere. The primaries from Jay and Sylvia are good. It's a power play for Ember's Monarch, but unfortunately not able to get back in time and save that first barrier. But Zert finding some compensation and getting both. It's an open net situation. They have the core right now. They find it through Fury. But unfortunately, the drum and bass, they're too fast, and hello, glitch pop into some weird strike, true combo. Ember's Flame, they're making it work somehow, some way.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what it seems like Ember's Flame win con here is get Fiery out of the match as quick as possible. That way, Jay and Zert can kind of play this send it forward, stuff it through playstyle that they're trying to get set up here. But as long as Fiery's on the field, PPL just has so much pressure, so much damage. Average Alex doing an amazing job somehow as a Mako midfield, allowing Fiery to keep that pressure forward. And as we see there, Fiery taking out that last barrier, taking out Mr. Zert, and kind of dancing around the Ember's Flame goal box to find almost a beautiful bull rush, but gets caught with a glitch pop, and a Vice secondary gets KO'd as Zert comes up. This is Ember's Flame chance to make something happen. Can they get this final barrier in as Fire gets up? And no, Bloom and Average Alex doing a beautiful job defensively.
It was a miracle on the defense, but the X Maximus following the strike, punching it right through Jay the Cat. Not much he can do about that here, and PPL are quick to respond and take back control of this set.
Yeah, it seems like as long as Fire is on the field, PPL is just playing like a very offensive, very aggressive game. And if Fiery ever does get a little too damaged, does get KO'd, Average Alex and Loom has that synergy to play defensively and hold out until they can get that offensive pressure going. And with the goalie the Imi down on the side of Ember's Flame, it is up to Zert and Sylvia to fend off PPL, and Fiery and Average Alex and Loom pushing all the way up is just too much pressure, and PPL takes the first game in this series.
Yeah, PPL, the Kitten comp, worked wonders for them despite the swappage of roles between the Mako and the Era. They went too fast, they went too hard, and in the face of the Vice goalie who never really got an opportunity to push up like Dr. Bebop, the defensive miracles from Zert and Jay just simply wasn't enough. They got out redirected, they got out killed. It was just so quick how Fiery, Loom, and Average Alex were able to stanch any sort of opportunity that Ember's Flame, not PPO, Ember's Flame had.
Yeah, and PPL, we kind of talking about you. Typically, you'd see like the Mako in the goalie position. Mako just a good lock it down goalie and be able to buff her teammates from anywhere on the map. But in reality, how PPL was playing that, we were seeing more of a Fiery with a forward X, and then Average Alex and Bloom basically each covering a lane and acting just as the midfield. And if that core got past Fiery, just sending it right back to Fiery, or just sending it down to effectively the other midfield to send it forward and just keep that pressure going and just constantly buffing, getting that speed boost from Era, getting the speed boost from Mako. Mako, Average Alex with some beautiful Mako primaries, just catching Ember's Flame off guard with some of those clears, just was a little too much with the offensive pressure of Fiery, and then kind of the out of nowhere and burst ability usage that Average Alex was able to do.
Yeah, they were just everywhere, honestly. And Ember's Flame just couldn't find the answers for a huge, fast X in the face of all three members of them. So they're going to need to find an answer quick in order to keep their playoff chances alive here as we go into this second game. Perhaps the Kitten comp will make a return, but who knows on an extra spec missile prop start here in game two.
Now, this is Ember's Flame map pick going to Taiko Temple. So you got to imagine it's one they're comfortable on and that they have a comp for this. And with that extra special missile prop, we could be seeing something like the Luna. We could be seeing something like the Asher is always a good forward pick on Taiko, especially with that extra special, just more stuffing potential through. So it's kind of going to be up to what kind of comps do we see going in? Are we going to see a damage comp? Because that is perfectly viable. Taiko, kind of known for its like wonky core bounces, but with those drums, just means there's really no safe place to stand once you get staggered. Or are we going to see something with a more core control style, get it over, send it to the Asher, the X, to just stuff it through whichever goalie the other team decides to pull up.
Yeah, both options so potent on this volatile map where creativity is allowed to shine in full. And with that extra spec start, we might be seeing a lot of creation characters with their ults. I'm thinking Ami, I'm thinking Asher, I'm thinking Dubu, common picks who really benefit from the extra spec start to not only enable this stuffing playstyle, but also real defensive playstyle as well, because you can't really go through a wall of soup now, can you?
No, but also if one of these teams picks up like an Imi midfield Asher forward, uh, I love seeing that combo. As an Asher main myself, having a Imi midfield on Taiko, just as soon as you send the core into that pocket, Imi blinks in, drop the turret with that extra special. They're just going to have more of it, and then it's just like a perfect lane to just send that core through and get the barriers down, and just use your passing plates, glitch, pop, dash, your barrier beam to just push the core through that open net. So gonna be interesting what kind of bans we get out here. Do we think Fiery was enough of a threat on Night Market that Ember's Flame is going to ban out that X?
Evidently not. I would have said yes, but a rune
Ooh.
ban is coming out from the side of Ember's Flame here instead of that X. but they're getting punished for it real quick as PPL secures that pick. And with X Maximus and how well they were positioning, uh, I would be extremely scared if I am Embers playing here.
Yeah, although we are seeing Ember's Flame picking up the Atlas with a missile prop start going to make that primary that much more viable and that much more reliable in denying PPL from getting the core forward. And I think the game plan for Ember's Flame here is keep the core away from Fiery. And if that last match is anything to go off of, Ember's Flame is going to be sending it forward nonstop. And so I think it's gonna be a battle at the midfield. And then whoever loses that midfield is where we're gonna see a lot of the progression, a lot of those barriers coming down.
Yeah, but even though Night Market was short-lived, Jay was doing God's work as that IME midfield. And we do see an IME pickup from Ember here, so it's probably her on that role. She's very comfortable on the IME, and it's an extra spec star. We saw last game, Hamster Quest was able to pick up extra special Timeless Creator and just shut down an entire lane and offer Woe Chills a great chance of scoring and taking those barriers. So with how capable Jay is, I wouldn't be too surprised if they choose to spec into that. But I'm a little bit surprised, however, with a Finny pick here, not really what you see on Taiko Temple. Despite the extra special start, you often opt for some sort of stuffing brawler forward. So we're going to have to see how Ember navigates this X with the Finny. Perhaps they're going to try and go for some kills with the IME dash glitch bot.
That is kind of an interesting Finny pickup. Like I can only assume that has to be like an Atlas goalie, right? Which means this is kind of like a Finny forward. Which with this comp, like a Finny midfield, Finny forward can like work if you're going for damage because she does the same amount of damage on her own. You got the secondary debuff. But going into it might be okay. Might be Atlas Brawler though.
Ooh,
Ooh,
I'm very excited to see that.
I am 100% excited for if this ends up being Atlas Brawler.
I'm an Atlas player myself, and it's missile prop start. If you're going to play Atlas in the forward position, you're definitely going to need that because missile prop just makes that astral projection so much more deadly, and it helps with his core control capabilities as well. So, both team comps locked in, and it is Atlas Brawler. Holy chills, Mr. Zerk. What are you going to do to him?
Okay, let's let Zert cook. Atlas, not a lot of mobility, kind of notorious known for being one of the slower characters, and doesn't have any kind of dash or blink or haste. But all that stuffing potential or anti-stuff potential that makes him such a good goalie just makes him that much of a good forward if he can get over there with the core. But using the astral projection and that Atlas bubble so early is not able to get the barriers, but PPL able to find both barriers on the side of Ember's Flame, even though they are a man down.
To make that two, we're seeing the potency of that missile prop. Bloom trying to keep it forward and is almost able to buy enough time for Fiery, but unfortunately, it's a 1v3 in that situation. There's Firewall Sentry, so much pressure in that top barriers. Zert, Cosmic, expanse, I don't know what that's called, but it was committed to. But unfortunately, there is a real sad redirect to the hands of Fiery, and that is the first goal on the side of PPL.
And Jay and Zert doing a good job attacking that pocket with that Firewall Sentry, kind of sending it to that barrier, but PPL just doing that much better of a job hitting it in such a way that Zert can't connect with it, and it just goes all the way back to the beginning of that century, just giving them more time to get their abilities up, their strike up, and able to save that barrier and just buy time for Fiery. But as we are seeing right now, Fiery is starting to get a little low. Average Alex is starting to take some damage as well, but they do have the now able to heal all that back up, and all those abilities that Ember's Flame was dumping is just effectively negated.
Yeah, a lot of sustain here from both sides, but Zert's Oh, that's what those call celestial intervention. He saves himself. What premonition, and Fiery is now the one who's worse for wear. Average Alex able to stuff out Jay's flip, but Fury finally goes down here. The nice astral projection forces it through Maloom, who has to push up here, down a man. The Soup committed, buys enough time here, and Zert is going to be back online. The core able to slip through the firewall sentry as Average Alex uses a flip trying to kill Zert there. But the pressure, it's still going strong here for Ember's Flame, even though Zert is looking like he's about to drop. Able to get some orbs though, and the red core able to get that second barrier off of Moon here. I mean, they're just able to live just long enough to buy enough time and exhaust all the options of PPL here.
Yeah, and the longer this is going, the more offensive pressure that Fiery does. Sylvia just does more damage, but Mr. Zert finds the KO, but an unfortunate now secondary pops the core into their own goal.
Let's not talk about what really got them that point though. Astral projection just kills Maloom off rip, and the gravity well from Sylvia Seraphine. What is this pressure out of nowhere? They get both barriers and they have all three flips coming up here shortly. It is Ember's Flame in complete control. Fiery down to half here. There's one flip, able to find that clear. Goalie's down, but Fiery also looking really low. Now Ultimate committed to keep him alive there. Fiery still taking all the damage in the world as Maloom tries to keep offense alive, but it's too much. The Taiko drum speeds it right through his roll, and it's set point for Ember's Flame.
Sylvia with a beautiful ultimate pop there with that gravity well just sends it at such an angle that Bloom just is not able to roll to it, not able to catch it. And Ember's Flame showing that this Brawler Atlas can do some work, but so can some tofu out of Dubu.
Yeah, an unfortunate kill for Mr. Zert, caught between a rock and a hard place, or I guess I should say Soup, but Sylvia and Jay are also caught in that X Maximus. Luckily, Zert is up just in time with his goalie abilities, that Cosmic Expanse. The Red Cores coming out with the drums on Taiko Temple as the team skirmish trying to find possession of the core, and it's Fiery who comes out on top with a beautiful dribble and sinks it into that top side. It is now set point for both teams here.
Each team doing like a great job like of finding these KOs. We're seeing a lot of damage come out, but with a healer on both sides, not a lot of this damage can get sustained, and it's just these kill combos just along the edge with the missile prop on that Atlas, X with these dash punches, with these bell ringers, finding a lot of these KOs, and each team just kind of effectively just taking turns with a striker advantage, as we see right here. Ember's Flame gets the KO, and can they make something happen? Imi turret coming out, trying to make a push. Sylvia pushes a little too far forward, not able to save it, loses the barrier, but is able to take PPL's final barrier in return. And Maloom tries to use that flip defensively, but just does not catch anything.
Yeah, I mean, both goalies overextended there. Both goalies lost their second barrier here, and now it's on the back of this midfielder trying to procure their forwards a rock. Average Alex did it a little bit better. Tofu Fortress shuts down that bottom barrier. Gravity Well shuts down everything Alex was trying to cook up there. Jay, what a glitch pop! Finds the only winning angle with that, and it is Ember's Flame taking the first set here.
Jay has been so on point with these glitch pops with Imi, and the dashes playing so well in the midfield. But it is Sylvia with a lot of the defensive plays, a lot of the damage they've been dishing out does get rewarded and able to pick up that Deadeye. Although I am seeing a perfect form, and that does go to Jay, which Perfectly Valid denies it from the X. But it does give that Manu to Now, though.
I'm not quite sure if letting Now Manu slip by there was the play. Average Alex did offer Jay that Manu there for a brief moment, but yeah, I'm not quite sure if perfect form was enough, especially with Mr. Zert there. He's happy to take that. but not as much as Zert, obviously. And we can see that Manu already paying off there. Both barriers down on the side of Ember's Flame here. They're trying to find the scraps, find anything to get this clear, but Mloom up in the midfield winning that strike war against the Astral Protection. Sets Celestial Intervention committed here, trying to keep everyone alive, but it's Mloom winning every single strike war against Zert, and Fiery is able to finally punch it in. The rock was procured, and he did his job.
Yeah, Zert and Mloom just like fighting in that bottom lane, while you see Jay and Sylvia trying to like stagger and get rid of Fiery just sitting in their goal box, but Average Alex able to pop in, get the heals, deny all that pressure, and once Fiery doesn't have to worry about staying alive, Fiery finds those barriers and finds those goals every single time. But Jay with a beautiful catch on that flip, but does not save it the second time.
Yeah, it's so much pressure coming out here. I mean, what are you going to do about that? A beautifully timed flip through the bell ringer. I mean, the side of Ember Flames here, they're forced into their top or bot corner. It's Mloom who activates all the offense with that Tofu Fortress committal in the midfield, but Ember's Flame were able to come up with something here to win that first strike war and get some tempo going here. But the creations on the side of PPL, I mean, it's just a lot to deal with as both teams trade kills. What was that all about?
Yeah, so Fiery was able to find the punch combo onto Zert to find the KO, but Sylvia sees the threat, drops the gravity well right on top of him. So as soon as Fiery gets the KO, got the KO on Zert, Sylvia got the KO on Fiery, and Ember's Flame finding another striker advantage here and takes one barrier, takes the second, and this could be where they finally get a first point on for this set and can turn the momentum in their favor.
Yeah, but a good defense from Mloom there, able to buy enough time for their man to come back. But the sentry turret is good here, and Fiery is almost killed. But unfortunately, Average Alex and Mloom, they're positioning, they're recovering everything while Fiery tries to stay alive here, and they find that clear. But Zert is able to intercept it from Fiery.
Yeah, and Sylvia able to just like wait it through, use that secondary to clear it out, not risking losing a strike war against Fiery in that bottom corner. But again, PPL just, as soon as the core gets over to Mloom, just sends it right back, and Average Alex and Fiery just keeps that forward pressure going, and Fiery winning the strike wars and taking the second set.
Yeah, and I think the real big difference here is that Ember's Flame, their goals are often off the backs of one-off strikes into any random angle, whereas PPL, they're using abilities to the fullest to confirm these goals. So we're going to need to see if Ember's Flame can get any awakenings to further supplement ability usage and actually confirm these goals and not just get it through wishful thinking. And I think they can, especially with that Catalyst pick on the Aimee.
Yeah, that Catalyst pick on the Aimee is going to be probably the biggest tool in their arsenal right now. But we do see the Among Titans pick up on the Dubu, which, yeah, Mloom's going to be a little bit smaller, but they already have Glass Cannon. They have Mom Boots. They get the speed bonus from it, but that's also making X that much bigger, and picking up the heavy impact, just so much damage. And then if they can time their abilities to get more than one hit in, just the cooldown reduction, and just keep on that offensive pressure and just chipping away at the stagger.
Yeah, PPL definitely the winners of that draft there. A lot happy as they're able to force that second barrier down. Everyone's fast thanks to that now secondary, but they're able to find that clear. Ember's Monarch. Average Alex trying to get creative with that pass, denied with Jay's flip, and Fury almost dies out of nowhere. Nice combination, unfortunately not enough with how much stagger he has. Almost dies again. I guess he does with the 4-piece combo off the taiko drums. So now, after a long fought battle, it's Ember's Flame with a flip and a power play, and they are able to get that goal.
Yeah, just once they can kind of relieve that pressure that Fiery is just putting on their goal box, that just allows Zert and Jay so much more freedom to push up, get in position where they need to, know that Sylvia is not threatened, that she'll be able to send the core back to them if it does happen to get past, and then set up those plays. Again, with a beautiful flip, catches a core, and Fiery on the edge does find the KO. And now can they get the pressure going in their favor and make something happen before Fiery gets back up? But no, Average Alex doing wonderful, just soloing, keeping the core over there, and does find the barrier with their flip.
Average Alex doing it all by himself to get the barriers down, but it's Fiery with the nasty bull rush to the strike combo as PPL find their first point here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Ember's Flame win condition can be here, and with the forward pressure, the scoring potential that Fiery has proven that they have, and this core control and mobility and healing and speed that Average Alex offers in the midfield, it just seems like it's leaving Ember's Flame without any options at this point.
And was an unfortunate mistake from Jay, passes to Average Alex, who was able to set up Fiery, and Sylvia was out of position there. They're really capitalizing on the few mistakes that Ember's Flame give them, but they're also just overwhelming them with all their abilities. Maloom pushing up, Average Alex, Fiery in the middle of it all, looking staggered though, but that's a price who's willing to pay for two barriers. And almost a goal here, the Soren angle. They're holding on for now, but Maloom pushing up with that flip. Fiery finally dies though, and now it looks like they'll have to go back, but no! Maloom finds the angle to the bot side and finishes off this set.
I mean, Dubu's biggest weakness is his speed, but with all the speed that Maloom has picked up, Dubu has no weaknesses, it seems like. And even with Fiery down, able to move all the way up into the enemy goal box.
Yeah, and we need to see something from Ember's Flame here with the draft. Hotshot on the Finny is going to help them get that red core and perhaps find the clears that they need. And 1-2 going to the Atlas here. He's already found a few kills, and Fiery's been taking a lot of damage. Hopefully this will supplement how many power plays they get, because they really need it.
Yeah, they need as many power plays as they can get just to alleviate this pressure that PPL has. But I don't know if the 1-2 is the call, because they're using, like right there, they're using that Astral Expanse to, not the Astral Expanse, the Atlas Bubble, the secondary, to kind of push Fiery away to just like stay alive and relieve some of that damage, and using that Astral Projection to try to get the scores. But Maloom doing such a good job defensively, clearing it out, and PPL able to get it back over and get the point there.
Yeah, Average Alex and Fiery overwhelmed there between Mr. Zert and Jay. It seems like there was some connection issue from Sylvia. It wasn't really moving, but PPL will take that regardless. They were looking so good anyway. Tofu Fortress, it's Maloom in the midfield now as Average Alex heals. A nice flip, and somehow Maloom dies. Mr. Zert punishes him for his overzealousness, and Fiery also low 2 saved by the dropping goal barriers. Sentry turret online, Maloom online as well, and they're able to live just long enough. The stagger swagger on Fiery. He's looking nice and healthy now as Maloom is taking on that forward position. I mean, what is this reversal of roles?
And Fiery getting a little revenge right there from just getting bounced around so much that, like, just a few moments ago, but able to get fully up. And now with that striker advantage, PPL in full offensive mode now, and a beautiful clear with Zert up to Sylvia, finds the save, and Fiery staggered again, and it seems like Ember's Flame is going to try to keep them staggered and out as long as possible.
And this is where they can shine. They have Hotshot, they have 1-2 punch in an overtime situation with the power play. That red core is what they need to sneak a goal on by, but they weren't able to retain core control long enough, and Fiery is back online. Mr. Zert wins his strike war, but Maloom able to set up Fiery once more. The Gravity Well able to win that strike war against Fiery, and Mr. Zert Mloom is covering every single option he's trying to go for here, as Fiery is in a 1v1 situation, but Mr. Zert and Sylvia able to find that clear, and Jay, nice redirect to Mr. Zert there.
Beautiful astral projection from Mr. Zert. They're kind of catching that clear. But yeah, what we're seeing is Average Alex doing such a good job like locking down the midfield, and Mloom, when they have to, playing the defense really well. But Average Alex in that midfield, we've seen time and time again, Mloom feeling completely confident in like moving up when even when Fiery is staggered, when Fiery gets KO'd, that between Mloom and Average Alex, that they're going to have the control, they're going to have the coverage, and they are doing everything in their power not to lose that offensive pressure. As we see Mloom kind of stopping the core there at the midfield, just basically daring Ember Flame to try to push forward against them.
Great awareness from him too. He would have died if he stuck around a little longer, but it's Fiery who's dying instead here. Average Alex, he's able to find that second barrier, and there's a flip from Mloom. Can they do it again? No, Mr. Zert, both his abilities committed to save that flip goal.
Mr. Zert does find that barrier, but now Fiery's sensing blood on the staggered Jay, but luckily Mr. Zert with that Atlas ult able to heal them back up just enough to get past the staggered and save the KO. But Fiery finding a beautiful angle, splitting the difference between Jay and Sylvia, sends it in, and this is PPL once again on game point.
Yeah, I mean, they're just completely outspeeding Ember's Flame here. Among Titans was a huge pick for Fury, and Mloom's already fast enough without it, so they're just swarming Ember's Flame here and able to find two barriers in such a quick succession. Mloom dumping it in the corner, Gravity well able to find that clear for now, but for how long can they hold Mr. Zert? Running interference there, he finds some sort of clear, some sort of compensation. They hold on for now and they find one barrier. Ember's Flame looking for two, but it gets on through. Oh no, goalie's down, but the glitch pop able to save it for now. Mloom, Fiery, they're swarming, it's over. Tofu Fortress, X Maximus, and they just ran out of space. PPL continues their total domination. They remain undefeated this NASA season.
And I think you said it beautifully. PPL just swarming Ember Flames. You get Fiery, you get Average Alex, and as soon as that Dubu picked up Among Titans, getting that speed boost and giving their two forwards that additional side boost, just moving up, and as soon as the core got into the side of Ember's Flame, it was almost like the entire team of PPL just rushing in and just stuffing it through, getting the barriers, using their flips, finding the KOs, and finding the goals. It was just too much for Ember's Flame to handle, and not for like lack of trying, but PPL just showed such good teamwork and synergy with playing with each other with the passing plays and just backing up each other when necessary.
Yeah, I mean, their offense was absolutely incredible. It was a valiant effort from Ember's Flame, and the Atlas forward pick, it wasn't entirely throw. I mean, 13 kills from the side of Ember's Flame, but unfortunately, with how fast PPL was, they didn't really feel the effects of being a man down because they were always able to retain possession of that core with how fast they were. So unfortunately, Ember's Flame, their playoff chances are dashed as a result of this loss, but there's still 1 week left, and maybe they'll be able to win and put on a strong showing for their last week game. But PPL, they're looking extremely scary, man. I mean, they were given so many opportunities and they capitalized on every single one of them. PPL's looking extremely scary.
Yeah, it's like everyone on PPL, Maloom doing a phenomenal job locking it down, pushing forward. Average Alex just controlling the midfield with like such precision on that now with the speed, using the heals so that Fiery and Maloom can keep up their pressure. And Fiery just knowing how to pass around, how to bait out abilities, and how to just stuff it through, dish out damage. Such good ability usage from everyone on PPL. And Fiery with 10 goals shows that they are able to get through anyone. But with that, we are going to take a break and head out.
Have a good one, guys.
Hello everyone, we're back. We're in winter semis of Grand Blue. This is like the earliest we've gone into the Grand Blue bracket.
Really? A brisk 5 p.m.? That's the earliest we've gotten?
We're like always late in getting into these.
Well, makes sense. There's always these set 5.5s going on, ruining our timing. All good. However, here we are, starting the stream. Starting with Lowain versus Vasaraga matchup with Camo versus Prada in winners semis?
Yep.
Winner semis.
I was watching a little bit of what was it again? Side Games Cup, I think.
Yeah.
And I got like a massive jump scare because who was it? Oh, I'm so bad with names, but you know that one like set that everyone watches for Grand Blue versus, that's Jita versus Percy?
Yeah?
Who was the Jita?
How was I supposed I wasn't playing that game.
No, but like this is like I'm so dumb.
You know what? As we were talking about that, Prada has been brought down to 0 rhombuses and but in order to get out of the corner, use the SSBA and manages to actually get the counter hit, taking a gigantic chunk, like 60% of Fibbo's health bar. Both players fighting with a sliver of health. But Prada has taken the corner and has put Lowain into a very scary situation. Both players one hit away, and a ultimate Bros Fireball manages to take the round full screen.
That was almost the craziest comeback from Prada of all time, but this time gets caught on the jump in, and now the corner carry, Chemo's having a very good time these first 2 rounds.
Yeah, manages to find 2 meaties with both Lowain's trap steps. A character that you don't want to really be mashing on because there's so many things that he can just do to mess you up. Like attempts the corner steal. However, Prada manages to walk out and take the corner back, getting a huge damage combo and going to some big Oki.
Dangerous spot here for Chemo, but walking forward, gets reversaled on. Prada trying to find something. The one who finds the anti-air this time is going to be a full conversion in the corner, but doesn't have too much meter here. And that means that Chemo's back at it again. Has center stage pushing Prada into the corner, but a great throw.
Yeah, I believe that that could have been a different punish, but still finds the ultimate fireball in the corner to close out the round. Lowain tried to mash out there, but was unable to find anything to get his out.
All right, another round start here. Chemo starting off pretty aggressive, finds the low. Again, good jump out though from Prada in the corner. And now, a clash mid-air, but a good throw by Chemo to regain control.
Yeah, a really good scramble. Again, the anti-air being caught out, clashing with the airball, and with neither player really being able to find any opening here. But with 2 whiff grabs, and Lowain manages to find an opening in the corner, but Prada manages to find a huge air throw to steal the corner back, but Lowain's not having any of it. Using the human pyramid attack, if that's what it's called, I think. To fight back.
Yeah, I remember ZZ asking Junior Jam for the how to fight against human pyramid thing, but that's going to be good from Kemo to take the first game.
Yeah, I like the parry coming up from Kemo here. With Lowain's anti-airs, kind of infamously bad, so instead of opting for trying to anti-air Broad Saraga, which has clashed twice, just opted for the DP to close out the round, or the parry to close out the round instead.
Okay, I finally remembered. Okay, so I was watching Side Games Cup, and I got a jump scare because Gamero was playing Versusia. I expected like Beatrix or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
I mean, low-key, this Versusia character is kind of disturbing, so I respect the pickup, but a pretty big combo coming out from Lowain, managing to find a reset in the corner, and this might just be the round.
There is the human pyramid. There's going to be the 3 million fireworks. That's a lot of damage. Not quite enough, though. Oh, no, it is. Guys, I'm dumb. My bad.
It's okay. I mean, I didn't expect the 11 fireworks to kill either, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe it was 11 fireworks. Maybe that was enough.
But Kemo is not giving Prada really any great options to get in, just zoning Versusia out with a bunch of big projectiles, lasers. I mean, this guy's got lasers.
Yeah, but so does Versusia. Oh, really good there to get out of this advantage here. Now Kemo trying for a bit of a cross-up. Finds another low poke. These low pokes have been really good for Kemo on the aggression, but here, get the starter, and now Prada in a bit of trouble, but mashes out of the corner perfectly.
Yeah, a huge match coming out from Prada here. Doesn't get the full conversion, but it's still huge. We've managed to push Lowain all the way to basically the other side of the screen, forcing him to spend meter to get his out. But a big Raging Chain coming up. This might just be the round. 2 Raging Strikes to close it out, and Kemo takes this set. Yeah.
Yeah. Curse you, Omega Strikers language.
Sorry.
Well, that was a solid win here for Kemo. Moving on to face Dragalia up next here. That's going to be interesting. That's what we're going to have up next. Dragalia versus Kemo Enjoyer.
A big matchup coming up in winners finals. I couldn't tell you who Dragalia plays because I never remember any of this, but it's like Kemo Enjoyer has been here for like the past couple of weeks, I think, and it's been quite. I'll be honest, the sets there are so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Lowain players.
that's what I'm saying. They're all so cool. I'll get how anyone hates on this character. I mean, there's so many people I feel like when I'm watching like Lowain in like Twitch chats, like, oh, get this Lowain character out straight. What are you talking about, man? This character is so much fun to watch.
Well, we'll see who Dragalia plays. I feel like we should know this. I feel like I should know
I should know this too. Yeah.
Oh.
But
There's no way. Okay. Yeah, there is no way. FF. I was like, what if there was a way this was Vicky and it wasn't?
the name Dragalia kind of lying to us. Planted Armaya anyways, but you know what? All good.
Oh, really good block there by Kemo, catching Dragalia, trying to get out of the corner. And that is a lot of damage for Kemo. 2 openings, and this is such a bad spot.
I mean, here's like the crazy Lowain stuff. So we're saying we had the like a basically double overhead coming out at first, and then going to a huge doorway. But Dragalia's not having any of that. You just to ult flip through the fireball and manages to get an Armor's classic huge corner carry. And again, another flip to just find huge openings on Kemo Enjoyer, and this might just be the round.
Yeah, it might be. It's looking like it. Oh wow, way more than enough.
Yeah, just basically it felt like 2 good touches from Narmaya, and we managed to close out that round. This guy just does so much damage, especially when she can get the corner on you.
Yeah, it looked like Kemo had all the control, but that vanished in an instant. Well played by Dragalia to get out of there. But another round start, another really good round start for Kemo, and not getting caught there as well, and starting up the pressure. But he has to be very careful. Dragalia can turn this around in an instant.
Yeah, and another bar low coming out from Kemo Enjoyer to just catch the opponent trying to walk back, not really respecting Lowain's range. Well, it is low, I just still find it. Brave counter traded, but with Dragalia only having one Brave counter left. Attempts to Brave counter out again, but is jumped away from Camo Enjoyer. Just forced out every single Brave counter. It was looking like a last situation with Dragalia.
No rhombuses here. Has to get desperate and does connect there. Kembo now pushing to the corner. Plenty of meter for Dragalia here. Trying to kill on the next opening perhaps. Gets a hit. Really, really desperate match from Kembo, and this is it.
A huge DP bait from Dragalia. Camo Joy kind of putting the entire round, like knowing that if this DP hits, that Narmaya will just die, but it went the other way around with a huge corner punish coming out from Dragalia.
So, a little bit of Gramble. Oh, never mind. That's a huge counter hit, but no, it doesn't get too much off of it. Kemba kind of getting a get out of jail free there.
Yeah, I think Dragalia was kind of scared of the bros like finding a counter hit in the middle there, so opted to drop the combo just to keep their offense going, not getting hit out by the boys. But Dragalia does not a huge conversion. I didn't think that was possible. Combos that jump into flip, but Camo manages to find his way out again and opts to spending 50 meter to get a little more corner carry.
Oh, but again, Dragalia with the flip, like pushing Kemo into the corner. One good opening could do it, and again the DP's baited. Dragalia once again, we've seen this so many times before, takes the round.
Yeah, ends the round again in the SSBA. I mean, Camo Joy's been finding so many opportunities to get Dragalia super low and looking really close to being take the rounds, but Dragalia just keeps finding like two good combos, like one good DP bait to like a huge 50% combo, and just manages to close the round in like so few little interactions.
Oh, big Mistminer find on the other side. Picks up into the corner again. Gets the catch, and that's the round. That is the second game.
Yeah, I mean, Dragalia's been taking every opportunity. Oh, is this game? Is this best of 3 or best of 5?
No, it's best of 5.
Okay, character switch coming out, baby. But Dragalia's just been able to find so many huge leads whenever they manage to get at any opening in the corner. Narmaya like finding these throw baits, these 3 DP baits into giant combos that when Narmaya manages to get in the corner because she has so many just tools to combo with, like so many wall bounces. She's got restands. I hate the restand, by the way. It's like so annoying to look at. I just feel so. I don't like it getting hit by it, you know.
All right, looks like the best of 5 top 3 was not aware. All good. We're heading right back into it.
A quick mental reset, you know, like a quick break, and Camille could be able to change up their game plan and just find a different way to just kind of not let Dragalia get these huge combos on them anymore.
Also, so I've been playing like Granblue, the browser game, which not too many people play, and recently there were some situations where the weapon that I think Dragalia is holding as the skin, it's called like Amino Habakiri or whatever, and all of that's pointless now because once again, Dragalia, big advantage in the corner, so much damage, not quite enough to get a full bar here, but next hit will do it.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate hit there for Camo Enjoyer. They blocked the throw bait, knowing that again these throw baits are just getting so much value for Dragalia, but Narmaya is still plus afterwards, so was not able to get out of the corner there. But here it is, another throw bait coming up for Dragalia. So many of these have been found throughout the set. We're going to be seeing again huge combos in the corner, and we're dealing with Narmaya's scary kind of pressure at this range.
Yeah, a little bit scary, but it is Kemo with the pressure in the corner. Oh, going for the cutscene. Going for the Mario Party minigame here. Will Dragalia escape with minimal damage? Good blocks, good jumps. Barely taking any damage, only the chip here. Perfect.
Oh my god. I would like to throw out that the old flip there that came off of Dragalia is getting closer. It's like we can start a punish with close medium. That was pretty cool. And still manages to bait out the parry afterwards. I don't know the frame advantage after super, how punishable Lane is, but Dragalia opts to not press buttons, and because of it, baited the parry, and closes out this as a 3-0 in Winners Finals.
Yeah, very, very aware of what Loane can do, it looks like. But after that, it looks like we're taking a trip down to losers to see Seika versus the winner of Mads and Jita, 2 players that I have not seen, actually, that are fighting for a spot in the next game.
Yeah, neither have I. Don't know if they were participating earlier bestie brawls, but hey, the more the merrier. Hell yeah.
Okay, well, we'll have to see. That match between Mads and Jita is happening as we speak. Not quite sure on the progress of that at the moment. We finally got Junior Jam back. Had no internet. Shout out to Junior Jam. Well, Drop. What have you been up to?
I woke up, took a shower, was cleaning my room, and then I was pinged for this. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, big day for me. Big 5 p.m. and the whole 3 things were done.
Oh yeah.
It's. I know. The most responsible person to ever be casting.
Don't worry. I woke up like 2 minutes past when NASA was supposed to start, and somehow it finished on time. The most
Yeah, I
on
mean,
time.
for the first time ever,
Yeah.
it felt like that we weren't like praying on our hands and knees for the match to end faster. So, if this goes to game 3, that sure would be unfortunate. And then it went to game 3 every single time.
It looks like Mads has taken it over Jita. Mads did defeat the one and only ZZZ earlier on in the bracket, so I guess it's to be expected that Mads is moving on here. It takes a lot to take down ZZZ, you know?
Yeah, the cash money ZZZ. Everyone knows the most aggressive OS player of all time. Opting to play Vicula, a known very aggressive character in Granblue.
It is very funny how that happened. It's like ZZ KOing on the Juno in beta. No one expected it. Well, we're gonna get Mads in here and see how they do versus Seika. Seika having a 2-1 set versus Dragalia in winter semis, so looking very capable heading into this one.
Managed to close out their first round against Chris, but managed to take a round off Dragalia, or take a game off Dragalia, who is, by the way, sitting in grand finals. Could mean a lot for Seika right now, showing that it is possible for them to take this entire tournament.
Yep. We'll just have to see how it goes here. Seika versus Mads coming up. Scouting a little bit, Mads has a Jacko profile picture. What does that tell you?
Nothing good.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would know what Jacko translates to in Granblue. Oh, we have a Beatrix coming out from Seika, a very aggressive and sometimes feeling almost oppressive character. Manages to get in with her slides and just kind of bully you out with her giant, pretty big buttons, fireball, and a command grab. By the way, she has a command grab. Why does she have a command grab? But, all good.
Yeah, this guy's a bit of a hater, but maybe it's deserved. Mads playing Lyle here. Okay. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, but a pretty all-rounder character. Everyone says he's a master of none or jack of all trades, but low-key he's kind of a master of everything. This character is kind of crazy. I mean, he's just kind of really good at everything. Not like the best at anything, but he's like, there's nothing that he can't do, really.
Oh wow, they got the Beatrix skin. That's crazy.
Hey, gotta show commitment to your main, you know? Gotta put some respect on it.
Oh wait, that also gives me a jump scare. That's Schrodinger. It's Water Guild War, so I have to farm some of those. Wait, but Beatrix is like a sword user, and that's a katana. Wait a second, Immersion ruined.
Oh, the horror. Either way, with that Immersion ruined, Matt is not taking any of it and just pushing Belial's damage in the corner. Manages, unfortunately, drops the combo, but someone just find an opening, baits the Brave counter with a low, and is getting a full Belial combo here, possibly building enough meter to go into super in the end here.
Yep. In the corner now, big opportunity here for Mads with one more touch, but with low rhombuses, it's also a big opportunity for Seika to put on the pressure. Oh, gets caught, but doesn't get the combo off of that.
Yeah, opts to spend an ult fireball or ult DP to get out of the corner and just kind of try to keep Mad here for as long as possible. But a wake up throw manages to close out the round on Seika. Not ready for that fast wake up option at close range.
I can't. My immersion is so ruined right now. Holy
Oh,
fuck.
the horror.
Oh,
Look at. I mean, look at this katana that she's not supposed to be using going to work right now. I mean, come on, man.
Right. Oh, big counter hit though. Mads caught pressing a button at the wrong time now. Full combo for Seika, building up all the meter. Doesn't quite go for it here. Good DP out from Mads, but it's a bit of a mountain to climb here.
Yeah, but Seika not taking any of it, even though Mads managed to get out of the corner. Ops just going with the dash leg, calling out any attempt to press a button, and pushes him back into the corner, managing to take that round away. Even up the tally.
Pretty dangerous here. Oh, really, really ambitious from Mads, but it works out, but doesn't quite get advantage afterwards. And Seika continuing to run forwards, playing aggressively, playing the Beatrix character.
Yeah, aggressive DP as well into that corner. Both players opting to go into the DP to get out, and not let either player really get anything huge started. But it's still Mad that's stuck in the corner right now. Manages to find some stray hits, and we can get a full mid-screen conversion, possibly going to corner carry to start their own offense.
Oh, really good DP timing from Seika though, catching the aggression from Mads. Has the throw, running forward now, gets the overhead. Mads getting caught out and gets baited on the DP as well. Seika, this is going to be the round. This is going to be the game.
Yeah, very aggressive options coming from both players, but in the end, it was Seika who manages to bait out the DP from Belial. And because of that, manages to get a full Beatrice high damage combo to close out game 1.
Seika has been really just reading a lot of Mads' options, just like there. Huge counter hit, huge corner carry, and Mads in a lot of trouble. Forced all the way back, counter it again, trying desperately to mash out, but it's so difficult here. Gets caught by the low poke. Such little health available. Does finally get out of there and gets a good catch.
Yeah, another, I feel, drop card. I actually don't know what Belial can do there, but manages to get out, pushing Beatrix almost all the way to the other side of the screen with just fireballs and normals. Using share from both players, but a full screen slide coming from Beatrix. Just catch the low block and get back in there. Again, push into the corner.
Oh, good DP this time, though. Catching the aggression from Seika, but gets caught walking forward. Still alive for the moment. Has meter to play with. Maybe we'll see a big reversal super here. Finds a good throw, and this might be a huge opportunity for Mads. Trying not to get caught here. Trying to put on the pressure. And does catch here.
A huge baited brave counter into SSB, and a beautiful comeback from Mad. Managing from that sliver of HP that we can see to take back that entire round against a character that seems so scary that can get out anytime with the DP.
Yeah, playing the corner quite well there, making it so difficult for Seika to swing. And now it is once again Seika on the aggression here. Mads trying to find a catch though. Really ambitious try from Seika to get out of there, but it will be Mads continuing to push into the corner.
Yeah, both players kind of just pressing in the mid screen, not trying to let either player just push the other into the corner where both characters get such high damage combos. But it is Seika that manages to find a counter hit close to it, and just huge things should be coming out soon.
Yeah, one more big opening here, and this is most likely it. Big damage Beatrix combo. No, not quite enough. Still needs one more hit, and that means Mads, another least at life here. Dash back perfectly from Seika brings us to the third round.
Yeah, some dropped combos coming in there. Could have been the round a bit early from Seika, but manages to close it out. And again, these aggressive starts just coming up from both players, trying to take space as fast as possible, not really give the other person any time to press. Or when a dash light, just forcing their way in. Seika managing to get another combo, but and a huge counter hit close to him in the corner.
All right, Mads low. Oh, this time it doesn't work. Seika with the BM reads it, and this could be the final time that it is used here. But the DP goes wide. Big opportunity for Mads. Plenty of meter to play with.
I mean, crazy teabag coming out from Seika after we dropped like the same combo 3 times in a row, but a huge sweep into SSBA confirmed to close out this crazy game.
Wow.
I mean, that was awesome.
Well played to Mads, though. That was a lot closer than the 2-0 illustrates, but it will be Seika prevailing in the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, never being able to taking both games to round 3, but not unable to claim either of them. Barely just not being able to close out the rounds against Seika.
Well, Seika now goes on to face Prada, but I mean that one round where Mads was on a pixel of health, constantly pressuring the corner and got the comeback. That's a clip and a half.
Yeah, I mean, not. It's so scary for Blood. Even though you're on the offense in the corner, one DP or one mash, and just means the round. So you have to play super careful, even though you are on the offensive. To manage to pull that win back, which Mad managed to do. Unfortunately, again, not enough to close out a game, and is eliminated from the tournament.
Right, loser semi coming up. Seika versus Prada. Gonna be starting very soon. What do people usually use for the starting sticker?
Usually the let's go on the already used.
Oh, okay. That's kind of boring.
That is kind of boring. You like, oh,
are they randoming it up?
yeah. These are the random characters. Big match coming up.
The big random match coming up. Seika versus Prada. We'll have to see how it goes while Kemo and Regalia are telling each other we need to get top 2.
I mean, you never know now. I mean, both players going random. We could have a really unfortunate matchup on our hands, but it could also one player could end up getting their main, another could end up on a character they just don't have any experience with. Really, anything can happen now. It's anyone's game.
It really is. Looking to start any second now here.
Yeah, like look, he could throw out another. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
really.
throw out another. I'm gonna find another one. Let's see. Nice fight doesn't work. I win doesn't work. Oh, well,
Time to go all out. There was that one, but it's like
it
we
was
started.
that one. All good.
But we have both players opting to play for the random. Let's see, we have a oh yes. Soras, our big matchups. Grimnir versus Soras opting in for an immediate aggressive jump in and just looking to get a bunch of plus frames on this character.
Building up some stacks as well. It is Prada continuing to push forward, and well, whenever I see you play this character drop, it always feels like you're mashing and then you win or lose. So we'll see how well Prada can press those buttons on block.
Yeah, I will say it's calculated mashing, like that big dash punch coming out from Soras full screen, looking for a throw bait in the corner, but Grimnir not having any of this. But neither is Prada, opting to go for a raging strike on the wake up, but Grimnir DP's out and manages to find a huge counter hit. Likely, no, not closing out the round. No more resources to spend. And an extremely ambitious and greedy ultimate dash punch coming out from Prada, which Grimnir manages to spot dodge and get the throw punish, closing round 1.
That's a little unfortunate there. But we will see if Prada can make a bit of a comeback here. Grimnir, though, is Grimnir like viewed as top 1 now?
To some people, yeah. He kind of is. He's got kind of the craziest offense in the game, but Seika, who might not have as much experience as Grimnir, does not seem to be doing as many like Grimnir specific things as possible. But a awkward clash, both dashes hitting. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna be honest. Lots of defensive options being pressed. Neither player really want to give any space. And a huge throw bait from Prada, but does not confirm into the ultimate dash punch. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I give up.
Well, dangerous spot now for Prada to be in here, but does get the brave counter. Trying to find a little bit more here, but now it's no Rhombus is available. Seika in full control, dashing around, gets caught a little bit, but that should be it. No, it's not.
We are in chip range now, and because of that, Grimnir opts just throwing a fireball. Hit or block, it will just close out the round. And unfortunately, we may not be seeing Soras again. As a random for Granblue changes every round.
Oh, that's
now have.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it is. And now we've switched it up to the Siegfried versus Zeta. And again, another close leg clash. And with hold on, who's who again? Okay, Prada's Zeta. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, well, so far, Prada looking a little bit more familiar with the Zeta. Of course, Seika on the other side, also not looking unfamiliar with Sieg.
Yeah, both players finding like small hits, like kind of trading a little bit in the mid-game, but Prada is being the first one to get a huge corner conversion. Look, against Zeta's extremely scary, like high-low mix, and we get almost a full combo. Misses the last hit, which would have gone to super, but an ultimate parry does keep the corner for Prada.
All right. Well, still a little bit of a scary spot for Prada if they can get a big hit in, but another ult parry means that Prada once again in control, but a good spot dodge, and once again being pushed into the corner here. Seika not trying to make any too big swings, playing very patiently here, but so is Prada, and that's the round.
Yeah, big call out from the jump in the corner to go into the charge. I don't know what it's called. We're just gonna call it the air lariat to call out any button presses. But Seika is looking for their own opportunity to get in. Tries to press on the parry, but is beaten out. But does get their in with their dash light and gets almost a full mid-screen conversion.
Right. Well, still trying to push forward here. Prada really trying to get a catch from way too far away. Going for the parry, but the follow-up hit does connect. And the Seika's not being able to find big offense, but this could be the start to see damage coming out.
Yeah, Seika's Prada's getting extremely close to the corner here. Once you're in the corner against Sigrid, it feels almost impossible to get out sometimes with his giant buttons and extremely scary Rekka follow-ups. I mean, you just don't really want to press against him. But this might just be it. Big combos coming out from Siegfried. Pushes into the corner, but another sweep into super conversion, and Seika will be getting out of the corner with some big damage coming out as well. Coming close, almost feeling like it's close to even, with both players being really one good combo away from death.
Oh, the throw misses, but not punished here. Got to be careful, spot dodging the fireballs. Same on the other end as well. Prada not trying to overcommit here, but the chip damage is becoming a factor. But the DP, that's going to be the round, and that's going to be the game.
It's crazy how the heavy parry just beat out the ultimate DP. I mean, this Zeta character is a little bit disturbing, I think. But oh my god.
It's the reverse.
And now the matchup from round 1 has been reversed. Seika now on the Saurus, and Prada picking up the Grimnir. And we may be seeing a repeat of what happened the first time, but Prada is this time being the person who's taking the offensive and just really depressing these dash lights, keeping Seika in the corner.
We'll see if Prada can get these combos going, and it looks like the corner carry is coming online. Good presses by Seika, but still stuck in the corner now, and the air dashes are available.
Yeah, ult DP coming up from Saurus, but unable to get a huge punish, and Grimnir, who managed to set up seals, is going to get a huge combo and possibly even mix after this. I mean, this might just kill. We're coming close here. No, we're not, actually. Wow, I suck at this game.
The scaling was a little crazy on that one. Seika, though, still on the offense, trying to get out of the corner here, and Prada taking a beating, but not quite enough to really swing the tide. But a big Raging Strike, Raising Chain, and now Prada trying to push into the corner, but still has such little health, and there's the low poke.
Yeah, I was a little scared of the lariat hitting there, but it barely missed, and Prada immediately went into a low, managing to find a small hit to close out the round. Oh, but a huge armored dash heavy from Seika. I mean, 4 of them in a row, only one of which connecting. T-Backs coming out from Prada. I mean, we've got a crazy game on our hands, and a throw to get Prada in. I'm opting to go into more T-Backs instead of conversion.
Just a little bit crazy here. Actually, I think it's a misinput, not T-Backs, right?
I mean, this game's got easy input. You never know.
Oh. What if you're like so committed to doing the motion input?
Yeah, you just gotta buffer it, you know? Oh, but another huge bar light to go into a Raging Strike conversion. Swords in the corner. We might be seeing Prada immediately Brave counter out. I'm him, I read that. Oh, but a huge Raging Chain coming out. Now Prada with no rhombuses left. Against Swords with extremely high damage hitter. Really any hit will be game.
No rhombuses, big opportunity, but the backdash gets caught with the poke, but this is a bad spot. Good blocks coming out from Prada, trying to keep this round alive here. Really dangerous spot, though. Plenty of meter, but not any big openings to use them.
Really scared for both players. Seika slowly making their way in, and another dash heavy to close out the round. We're going to round 3 of this Game 3 series.
Once again, dangerous spot here, but it's actually Seika the one getting the first hit, returned in kind by Prada, but those are very short combos. Same again here. Seika trying to push forward, but Prada approaching in a more aerial manner.
As Grimnir might. But it is Seika who manages to get the fully get in. However, the corner is swapped with one good throw, and we might just be in the Grimnir blender now.
Oh, but a really good press, really good abare, as the kids would say, from Seika getting out of the corner, now pushing forward, but here's a super, will connect, is the question, and it does. That could be the round. That is the
This
round.
is the round.
That
This
is
is the
absolutely
no
the round.
rhombuses. I mean, it's someone's health was not getting nuked. And with that single super mash, manages to close out the series for Prada in a close 1-2 fashion, with a crazy Grimnir Swords matchup happening twice with all the characters in the game. I mean, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. Well, we're moving on to the losers final now. Big opportunity for Chemo Enjoyer to gatekeep from grand finals here. Prada taking it 2-1 over Seika to move on. But Chemo Enjoyer versus Prada, a rematch from the first streamed match where Chemo took it. We'll see if things have changed.
Yeah, now in losers finals, Chemo versus Prada. And okay, I can't tell you because we're not in the match yet, but Prada seems to still be on the random. We'll see if we'll get a character change KO, but maybe they could be committed to the random for the entire tournament.
Maybe. Seems pretty unlikely, but you can never count that out. Right. Just waiting for Chemo. Wait, wait. You're already in here. Okay, this time I'll use the...
Our brand new time to go all
time
out.
to go all out. Let's go.
Yeah, ready to win.
Dracal,
we
you've been
got
happy.
got a happy rat in the room. All right, both players off monitors. Could be seeing another character change. Oh, nope. We're emote mashing. A wonderful, what's the word here? And Kebo has pulled out their random. This is gonna be a movie of what looks like losers and possibly grand finals coming up. Oh boy. Oh, those are some sick avatar or sick cards though. Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's a bit of a movie.
All right, let's. Can we get another Grimnir versus Swords matchup? I'm praying on my hands and knees. Nope. Another secret corner, but this time with Chemo on the Charlotta, just pressing all the spinning things, and once again a lot of dash hits in, but Prada's not having any of it, not giving Chemo any opportunities to mash out, and a huge anti-air comes out, and Siegfried might be getting his full damage combo.
Prada looking pretty confident here. Oh, but a big opportunity for Chemo. No, a little bit too stubby, doesn't reach, and that's Prada looking to do so much damage here. Meter available. That's looking like the round.
Yeah, I mean, Siegfried just getting his huge damage combos if he can ever catch you out in the corner with all of his just crazy high damage normals, and with his specials just adding up to huge numbers. And manages to find a huge jump in, getting the dash light and pushing Chemo into the corner again. And a giant far heavy press to get a catchment corner, forcing out a brave counter from Chemo Enjoyer.
Right, still trying to find an opening here and does find a low. Prada looking dominant in this first game of random to this losers final, but it's a best of 5. There's plenty more to play, plenty more characters to see as Prada closes it out with a throw.
Yeah, finds baits the first throw with the dash back, and then immediately runs back into his own throw, just closing out the round against Chemo, and we can see who we're getting next up in the random roulette. Bit of a loading. Someone's loading some character models, and the Bilal versus Beatrix matchup. Something that we've also already seen. Oh, nope, that's Avatar Bilal. My bad. New characters.
Things are a little bit different here, but Prada pushing forward, undeterred, gets a full corner carry, and I think Prada's pretty happy about this one.
Yeah, another super aggressive character that we're able to kind of force your opponent into being extremely scared. Well, Camo is on a pretty, well, also high damage, a pretty technical character, which not everyone may be experienced with playing.
Yeah. Okay.
And as Avatar Bilal always spends his health, I mean, against Beatrix, I mean, you're just, as a character, you already don't have that much health to work with. It could be an extremely oppressive game for him to play.
Yeah, the random's not smiling upon Camo right now. Big anti-air coming out from Prada. Doesn't quite get the full anti-air conversion, but still gets another hit afterwards. To the corner we go once again. And Camo just in the blender.
Yeah, here we have what Beatrix is known for, just kind of forcing your opponent into the corner with Oliver advancing and also like very plus buttons, but 2 ult slides to catch out the TP to close out the round.
2-0, Prada's up now.
Yeah, Camo with one more chance to get a character that they'll be able to close out the game with some extremely dominant gameplay from Prada, possibly a good character or a bad character on the other side. Could be what Camo needs to close out this game.
Believe in victory.
Oh, well, this is definitely the characters of all time here.
Another rushed down character to Prada. Let's go. Force the Zoner into the corner and gets a huge conversion again with Lancer in the corner being such another scary character to really press on.
Yeah.
And this could just be enough of damage to close out the round again.
There's the super, and that will be it. Prada, looking like the random beast right now.
Yeah, I mean, showing extremely dominant, like really good-looking combos on every character they play, managing to find huge damage on every conversion they get. And we got some fancy footwork coming out, and manages to push Camo into the corner they are attempting to take themselves.
Yeah, he's constantly finding aggression here whenever Camo is trying to find a button. Prada another opening, and in the corner, such a bad spot for Camo to be in. Building up meter for the super, gonna get it on the next hit, and that's gonna be the round. That's gonna be loser's final already over.
Yeah, it was a huge mix-up to steal back the corner from Prada, and against a character, oh, I don't remember her name, Matera, who doesn't have really any great buttons to press. And not a great matchup to start with, and Prada manages to close out losers finals in a pretty dominant random fashion. 3-0.
The random has brought Prada victory, and now we'll see if Prada does the same against Regalia.
Well, yeah, we can see if we get our third random matchup on stream. Camo appears to be locking the random once again. That's what we're getting.
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Hold on.
We're going back in there.
Wait, we're back in there? I thought it was over.
Yeah, me too.
Guys. Oh, wasn't that 3 games?
I think that was 3 games.
Guys,
I can remember all the characters pretty clearly.
that was 3 games, guys. What's happening?
Battle.
Emergency best of 7?
All right, well, it's now into the Nier versus Anila matchup. Nier used to be a character that everyone really hated for being really annoying, but then she kind of got gutted. Now she kind of sucks. But Anila's always been a character that's been pretty decent. Never really been taking anyone by storm, but a character with pretty good buttons and a relatively strong neutral with a sheep. And manages to get a pretty... Okay, you can go. I was making it.
Yeah, well, Prada's playing the same way as always, but there's the parry super. Wait a second, big opportunity here. No rhombuses left.
And baits out the ult fireball. However, no conversion found from the Nier. Kind of just swinging it out there, and a full screen sheep to close out the round.
Battle 2.
Prada with a chance to make it 4-0 in this loser's final.
This is how Chemo we can turn this around and we can still win. A reverse 4-0 is what we need. But no,
It's looking a little dire here.
we can still come back. That's what her name is, has been shut down. However, a missed throw manages to give Chemo a little bit of space. Manages to take a lot of space on screen. Probably opting to dash back, but manages to find a big jump in. And looking to start their own offense again. Well, almost one hit away. What does that super even do?
I'm pretty sure it's a parry.
But like the world went like blue.
All right. Well, that's 4-0 in favor of Prada.
An impressive 4-0. First one we've ever seen in the Bestie Brawl. Very impressive showing from Prada.
Okay, next up is Grands for real.
Yeah, for real this time though.
Yep. For real. And Kemu has notified us that that was the first time they've ever piloted near.
Hey, I mean, it happens. When you spin the roulette, you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you end up on a character that you've never played before.
Yeah, that's why you don't gamble.
Yeah, that's why I could never do this. I mean, I can play one character, and if I get anyone else, I lose.
But it looks like these players are gambling. It's time to go all out once again. Wait, I can just press down from the...
Oh, impressive. It's just that easy. It might just be the best ready up on.
Yeah, it's easier to get to. It's less button presses. Might be optimal. Well, heading into Grand Finals, another round of random as Prada getting the Versusia. Might be a little happy about that one as well.
Yeah, and it's a character that they're definitely confident on, but Dragalia seems to be doing better with the Matera than it was when they got him. Although pushed into the corner, still putting a lot of pressure on Prada to not let them get in as easily.
Oh, but that's a big counter on the jump in. Doesn't get too much off of that, but it's still positioning in the corner. The start of something here, perhaps, but Dragalia jumping forward, buying space, and making sure to play the zoning game plan, but the lack of damage is coming in. The lack of connection is also coming in right now.
Yeah, not managed, a bit of a lag there. Didn't get as big of an anti-air as they could have gotten, but still manages to box Dragalia out with Matera not really be able to press out of the corner like that. So we have these huge buttons, but another anti-air coming out, not letting Dragalia really get anything with the jump-ins.
Oh, and this time it's Prada who gets a bit with the jump in. Another corner carry, looking for a big opening here as Dragalia tries to poke out. Dashing in once again is Prada. Finds another counter hit in the air. Big conversion available. And that's going to be almost the entire health bar.
Yeah, a huge super counter from Versusia. Extremely high damage super to begin with, but we're looking like a last hit situation for Dragalia. And I mean, Prada's been doing such a great job and not really giving Matera any space to do anything. I mean, all these attempts to jump have been caught out, and again, an attempt to press and get out, just caught out by the dash light. Not giving Matera any space to work with. Not letting her get her zoning prowess that she's usually known for.
Right. Prada up now. Got Beelzebub while Dragalia on the Lwane. It's going to be interesting to see how this Lwane is piloted.
Yeah, but it's just to get the bros in. If Beelzebub can just not let Lwane get his game plan going, I mean, it should be extremely hard for Lwane to really get in this matchup. But a huge anti-air to catch the dive kick, but is not able to find any great conversion. And it is actually Prada who is now taking the corner. And a big super command grab. Really big damage. It's not looking great for Dragalia in the corner again.
A dangerous spot for Dragalia. Getting out of the corner though, getting a big hit, and this could be the round.
It's been their last brave point. And looking for any opportunity to close out the round, but unable to find it. Looks for ult TP, and Prada just teleports away behind them. Not able to find that straight hit that they need to close out the round. Prada now up one round in this game.
Right. Dangerous spot here. Whoa, okay. Robo Catalina getting in there a little bit, but not as much damage as Dragalia would have liked. Dangerous spot still. Prada constantly just pressing lights, trying to find a poke.
Yeah, and manages to find, or Dragalia manages to find DP to get themselves out. Finds the overhead and looks for a shimmy. Doesn't having any of it. Finds a close slide, looks to TP in, immediately goes into the command grab super. Again, such a strong option for Beelzebub to have. A button that you cannot press on ever, and you have to jump it as a call out.
Oh, and Dragalia needs to find something soon. It goes for a little bit of the eat, but it's not quite enough as Prada is playing confidently and playing without fear here.
Yeah, I mean, all these jumps are so scary for the win because you never know when Beelzebub might go into dive kick, but opting to go into the Mario Party Super, attempting to keep Prada away and managing to find some pretty big damage coming out here.
Yeah, it's working out quite a bit, but right out of it, it is once again Prada on the offensive. Dangerous spot here for Dragalia. Really just jumping in the corner, trying to find a way out, but here it comes again.
Another command grab super again. Like you have to jump it before the super flash, or if you haven't, like when you see it flash and you haven't already jumped, you've already gotten hit by it. Extremely hard button to deal with. And Prada is now up 2-0 in the randoms Ditto.
Believe in victory.
Guys, Prada got Beatrix again.
Oh boy.
Prada just might be the best gambler in Gambler history.
Yeah, immediately just farming these dash lights, not giving the Basara any. He doesn't have the greatest buttons to press at this range. Him being relatively a slow character, and Beatrix just kind of holding him down in this corner, not giving him any space to work with. However, I'm calling it ult DP, or I lied.
Yeah.
Every Basaraga hits the ult DP. My bad.
Dragalia is really trying to get out of the corner, but this is looking like curtains for this round, and if not here, no, it is here. My bad for doubting.
Yeah, and we're now one game away from the bracket reset. Prada fighting fiercely on all their picks, and Dragalia seems to be.
Wait. I don't think Dragalia is. I think Dragalia was typing. I looked down at this corner and said Dragalia was typing, but instead Dragalia is getting hit. Prada, no mercy here, as this is looking like we're close to the bracket reset.
Yeah, another huge combo coming from Beatrix. One hit away. Dragalia and is caught by the command grab. And Prada manages to close the round in a convincing 3-0, forcing the bracket reset.
Oh wait, desync.
Oh, desync. All right, guys, doesn't count.
That's a little strange on that last game. All good though.
Want to just return every match?
Okay, Dragalia said nah. Well, that would have been really funny though.
Anyways, I believe it is 0-2 still.
It's Radgalia!
Radgalia finally pulling out the Vicula. Huge pickup. This might just be what Dragalia needs to close out this tournament. But Prada again on this a very fast and aggressive character. Might be able to rush down Vicula before she can really get any of her zoning in. But Dragalia is doing a lot of good work to take space on as Vicula. They're pushing Prada all the way into the corner, and things are looking extremely scary for this against Vicula, and even in the corner.
Yep, Dragalia looks pretty comfortable here, which is always a good thing when you're playing randoms, forcing Prada away, but that's a lot of meter built up. That's SSBA available for Prada. That could be a big burst of damage, but no Rombai available for Prada, and this is going to be the round very quickly.
Yeah, a good round coming from Dragalia, seeing signs of life and fight back, or to not let Prada take this bracket reset. But Prada, of course, wants the bracket reset themselves, and has forced Vicula into the corner, and things are looking very scary against this Lancelot character. Gets the throw bait and just the forward just keeps dashing in and out of any good buttons to press.
Dragalia playing the zoning game once again, buying a lot of space, canceling. So many buttons coming out from Prada, baiting the DP as well, and that's looking like the close to the end of the round as the corner is taken here.
Oh, the combo barely dropped though. If we managed to go into super, that might have been it. And things aren't looking that great for Dragalia anymore. Going against last in the corner, it has a scary fireball. Lots of throw baits coming out. Spot dodges the old fireball, and things could go either way. Next hit wins, and Dragalia manages to find a dash light to close out this game. now up. No, we're still down, but now it is 1-2, I think.
Yeah, it's looking like 1-2 right now.
Believe in victory. Battle.
That's Ladiva and Lancelot. Guys, investigate Prada's PC.
We might just have to. Lancelot again against the Ladiva, who may not be able to deal with his Rushdown very well, but Rushdown characters have always been at least a little bit known to be very scary to play against grapplers because you don't really want to get in their face, but that's all what Rushdown characters are about.
Yeah, we'll see if Dragalia can get some big conversions here, but right now it's all Prada all the way, constantly pressing buttons, using the speed to overwhelm right now. Big opening here for Dragalia, though.
And Ladiva is actually a kid that can go kind of corner to corner like that, using the ult charge. But Ryan does manage to find a way out, forcing Dragalia to spend more brave counters to stop the offense. It's all three of them spend, and things are looking extremely scary for Dragalia with no more. But a big grab coming out to take the cornerback in. That was maybe it.
Wow, Dragalia goes for it all, and it does work out. Taking away that round, it looks so bad for a moment.
Yeah, but Ladiva managed to steal that round away, which is 2 good throws to close out the match. Like I said, getting close against Ladiva puts you in that command grab range, and it gets extremely scary for you, but manages to find headbutts to kind of just push Lancelot into the corner. But having done that, gets the side switch. Not letting Ladiva get any space to work with.
Gets out of there, though. Dragalia, big opportunity now. Oh, but doesn't quite. Gets punished now by Prada. And again, a corner carry running all the way forward is Prada going for the throws now. And Dragalia's going to need another miracle.
Yeah, but a dash slide coming out. This might just be the round for Prada. Doug barely drops the combo in the corner. And we might be able to see Ladiva steal the round again.
Definitely not an impossibility, but it'll take big button presses here. Dangerous spot, no Rambai left. Anything will do it, and we're headed to the 3rd round.
Yeah, almost looking a little scary for Prada there, but manages to close out the round, got all the brave counters out of Ladiva, and without those, their defense isn't that great.
Right, but good opening here from Dragalia. Big opportunity now. Oh! Presses the pokes and actually manages to hit first, and now Prada's in the corner, but gets out of there as well. Dragalia not able to find a clean opening this time.
Yeah, now they're kind of pressing in advance, not trying to call out any aggressive attempts that Prada might try to make with all those dash ins, and just managed to keep poking out these attempts again. But a grab is found by Prada, but the corner is lost. Ladiva just opting to spend the brave counters again, and a big hit is found again, catching out these dashes, and a super punch confirmed.
Wow, Dragalia did it. Dragalia made it happen, bringing it all the way back, and we're in game 5 now.
Game 5 of 6. That because one of them was desync, but another reset.
Vicky returns. If there's any way for Dragalia to close this tournament out, Radgalia on the Piccola might be it.
Yeah, but Prada on the Zoe and might be able to actually compete with Piccola zoning with her own dragon, but Piccola is unable to get out against Zoe right now. Looks for a throw pay, but Brave counter is out. But the big jump in from Prada might be the round for Prada.
Going for a super here, and it's looking like the round. There's so much scaling, but that has to be enough with the super. More than enough here. First round taken by Prada, who is not looking uncomfortable at all on the Zoe.
Yeah, I mean, again, Prada's just pushing Dragalia into the corner on every character that they get. Not letting Dragalia really take any space, and again just calls out the cannons with their own jump in. But Piccola is now full screen, is able to go back to zoning as Piccola should. Things are not looking great for Prada anymore.
Yeah, big pressure coming out from Dragalia in the corner once again, finding big damage here. Plenty of meter to work with as well. One more hit might do it here, but Prada side switches, gets out of there, but gets caught.
Yeah, a huge close slight into Raging Strike conversion, and this gives Dragalia the damage to close out this round. It is now 1-1, and whoever wins this, or this is both tournament point and bracket reset point.
Looking kind of good for Prada here. Early offense, and Regalia stuck in the corner. Doesn't have a good defensive option to get out of there. Plenty of damage being found. Such low health. Hits out of the corner though, but immediately Prada just dashes right back in.
Yeah, calls out a slow button press going out from Vicula, and this again, the same exact combo, but this time will it be enough damage to kill?
Oh, just barely. And
And just
Prada.
barely, yeah, last hit of the super manages to kill, and we get the bracket reset coming out from Prada.
Wow.
I mean, bit of a movie series coming up, and we're sticking to our guns. The randoms coming out. We could see some. Gonna see way more matchups coming out.
That we will.
Believe in victory.
Heading into it, it's Eustace versus Catalina now. We'll see how Dragalia plays this one, but early counter, it's early aggression. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, Prada also sticking to their guns, just kind of pressing buttons in an attempt to catch out any attempts of offense from Dragalia, and manages to get a full corner-to-corner combo as Catalina. And the tables have basically completely turned from what we saw at the beginning of the round.
Immediately for the gun now, Eustace in a good spot thanks to the hit there as well, but Prada always on the aggressive in the corner now, and that's going to be the round.
Oh, but a dropped combo. The DP barely missing at the end, and Dragalia might be able to turn this. Things are not looking great for him in the corner, and a big spot dodge coming out to call it the ultimate skill, but barely is not able to close out the round or turn back the round, and Prada closes it out with a grab.
Right, Prada once again looking pretty confident. Good spot dodge is in. Regalia trying, but again, it's Prada who's constantly on the offense.
It's just constantly throwing buttons into space that they think that Dragalia might be trying to take, and now is conditioned to just kind of make Prada sit there in the corner and think they're looking extremely scary. All these buttons coming, just coming out. I mean, look at that. Beautiful.
Spot dodge attempted, unsuccessful. That's going to be the round. That's going to be the first game of the reset, heading on over to Prada.
Another extremely aggressive showing. Not yet to get any zoners, just throwing that out there, but, you know. Oh!
Oh!
Crazy matchup coming up. Both characters on the, kind of like the two signature zoners of this game.
Prada's still rushing in, though. I mean, it does not want to be the zoner in this matchup right now. Just constantly rushing in, finding big damage in the corner. Wow, wait, Prada's way too comfortable. What the hell?
I mean, that damage was huge. I mean, okay, well, Dragalia's attempting to fireball out, but Prada's not having any of it, just continuing to press buttons into that space, and finds a big anti-air with the DP.
Yeah,
And catches out the roll attempt with the whip spin thingy. And things are not looking very different than the rounds before.
Bestie Brawl enjoyers will know that Prada's looking a little bit like head receiver right now. That's how it is going. Constantly just pushing Dragalia into the corner now. Playing aggressively, getting the combo pickup, and it's just non-stop.
But Dragalia is looking for their own opportunity to fight back. Mentions DP out of the corner. Might be able to. We might be finally a zoning game that we were supposed to have to begin with. Calls out Prada just running in from full screen, but is unable to find a grab to continue their own offense. But opposite going for their own dash light, just calling out Prada's attempts to stand still and press buttons.
Good spot dodge, big opportunity, but no, gets caught again. And now all it takes is one hit from Prada. The butterflies approaching, unsuccessful. Chip damage being built up now. Almost dead is Regalia. Next hit will do it. A throw is found, but you got to be so careful about the chip, and does get swept. 2-0 up is Prada now in this random grands.
Not much of a zoning game that we expect to see, but Dragalia is sent to the Matera Mines for the third time. But a Eustace coming up from Prada, not a less aggressive character than before, but as we saw at the ferry, that does not change what Prada wants to do, and that is run in there and get their offense going.
This could be the end here, possibly. But Dragalia trying to fight back, but again, Prada's just constantly running forward, being aggressive no matter what. Big reversal here, but Dragalia is still in a lot of trouble.
Oh, and a huge kind of downwards angled fireball to catch out Matera jumping, but A huge spot dodge on the Raging Strike, and that's might be it.
Yeah, it's looking like more than enough damage. Corner carry. Bolt's coming out. One more hit, actually. But wait a second. Okay. We'll spend all of the rhombuses, and actually, it's a bit of a reverse. No. Wait, what? Okay, it is. Regalia didn't get killed by that.
Yeah, a bit of a scramble happening at the end with the drop combo, and Draylen managed to find a Raging Strike to close up the round. But things are going Brada's way once again, managing to push Matera into the corner and start their own offense, but they managed to find DP to get in, and now things are looking extremely scary for Matera. Bomb in the corner against Houston's extremely scary. And another spot dodge under Raging Strike. Brada's feeling it right now.
Brada feeling it. Corner combos coming out. Lots of damage. Going for the throw. Good tech by Dragalia, but there's a sticky bomb, and that's a big opening. That's going to be the round.
The sticky bomb allowing for Brada to find a huge throw bait to close out this round, going into super off the full throw bait conversion.
One more round, and Brada will be the winner of the Bestie Brawl Random Edition. Not officially. Mutually agreed to random with the best of 7 in the middle.
7. But Dragalia does not want this to be out yet, and manages to take a good chunk of Brada's health bar away just from a couple of arrows, but again, locked into the corner, but is fighting slowly but surely, fighting their way out of there, trying to not let Eustace just run over the ground.
Danger spot here for Dragalia, though. Oh, the bomb does connect, and now the throw as well. One more hit, and Brada will be the winner. Sticky bomb available. Brave counter out of there. Gets the arrow, but so much meter available from Brada. But Dragalia, one more hit's all it takes. Good spot dodge is coming out, and the arrow will do it. Dragalia stays alive.
Barely manages to turn that around, Chip, but kind of just poking away at Dragalia from 1 HP. And there's no way we're having this matchup for the 3rd time.
The odds are very low. I was about to say, what are the odds? But we know the odds, like at least vaguely. And the odds are very, very, very low. The double clash coming out here. Let's hope Dragalia is comfortable playing this Grimnir, because they'll have to be to make this comeback.
Yeah, keeping Swords in the corner, and Swords managed to jump back out, trying to start their own offense by a huge super coming out, calling out the attempt at a greedy medium rock smash, and things are looking extremely good for Dragalia right now.
Big opening here for Brada, though, looking to try and turn this round around. Good pokes coming out from Dragalia, though, unable to convert into a full combo, but it's a lot of damage. One more hit will do it. No Rambai available for Brada, and there will be the seals to help out.
Yeah, attempting to dash punch the Grimnir, but he'd already dashed out of the way, and with all these seals set up, managed to dash back in to close out the round. But Brada, not having any of it, immediately dashing back in there on Soares. The aggressive play that we were expecting to see, manages to find an opening and looking for some big Soares combos coming up right now.
Big combos available, looking for a little bit more here. Sent to the other side of the world. Brada, so much damage picked up in this round, looking to close it out, and that will do it. Another tournament round coming up for Brada.
Yeah, huge throwback coming up from the Soares. Just kind of managing, again, if Brada can steamroll these rounds, then things are looking good, especially on a character like Soares that's just so scary to play against. He gets so many plus frames, but Dragalia is not having any of this. Sets up seals and is trying to get their own way in.
Yeah, and the chip damage is also becoming a factor in terms of that massive counter hit as well. Now Dragalia's in the corner. Brada pushing forward. Good spot dodge as well. Knock a hit away. Big opening now. Plenty of meter for the next opening. And this could be the last touch.
Not a full combo coming out from Brada, but things are still not good for Dragalia. In the corner against the Soares. The dash seal is actually caught out by a jump in. And it's forced to spend a brave counter to get out of the corner ultimately.
Chip damage coming in. No Rambai available. Dragalia's going to have to be perfect here. Goes for the super reversal. Oh, holy moly, Dragalia has done it.
I mean, all in on that roll behind Soares to kind of just like bait Brada into thinking that it's their turn. It's immediately just raw super close out the round. It is now 2-2. And this will be the decide who wins this tournament.
Absolute cinema with that last round as Catalina versus Fairy. Dragalia is going to have to really play to close this out, but I don't know. Looking quite good so far. Looking decently comfortable on the Fairy.
And Dragalia just keeping Prada from really getting any great opportunities to get in. Just kind of pressing buttons on their attempts to get in. But Prada manages to find a strong, unique shield to get their way. Oh, okay, two full screen fireballs. Awesome. But does not manage to get a full combo. And Fairy might be able to close up the round with these great points.
Yep, Dragalia now, tournament round now. Has been making a comeback the entire way, it feels like, but it is Dragalia in the lead. Finally, one good opening will set up momentum here, but it's Prada on the offense once again. It's an offensive player continuing to press into the corner.
Yeah, things are looking great for Fairy. No meter to do the ultimate DP, so things are kind of just extremely scary for Fairy. No great buttons to press. It just kind of feel like Catalina can just get in your face and manages to call out the Brave counter with the shield. And this could just be it. High damage Catalina character. Great.
Final round of the tournament approaching now. Prada's been the random master so far, but Dragalia trying to change that here. Good spot dodge coming out from Prada early. Does prevent momentum early for Dragalia. And constantly being forced to block as Prada puts on the pressure, but Dragalia finds the right timing to press. But a perfect jump in from Prada to turn the round around.
Yeah, I mean, it jumped over the giant fox that Fairy attempted to use the anti-air with. An extremely well-placed jump in. And as mentioned, to go corner to corner off of that. Things looking extremely scary for Dragalia, but still has Brave Point spent and manages to find a strong close light to get their own conversion.
A big opportunity here for Prada looking for another jump in, fishing for a big opportunity now. As Dragalia trying to ward it off with those long-range buttons. Dangerous neutral were being played. Once again, jumps in, but Dragalia doesn't get an anti-air out. No more Rombai available. Reversal super coming out, but it's a super answer coming out from Prada, and that's going to be the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, crazy route, crazy series in general. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't quite know what I just watched fully from both these players. It was a spectacle to see both players on their random play out it feels like every character, and Swords and Grimnir 3 times, but
Wow.
absolute cinema.
Yeah. Well, congrats, Prada, for being the random master.
Yeah, I mean, so many characters that probably managed to show that, hey, I have a game plan and it's going to work on this character too. Even on the Fairy, Adode Soda just kind of rushing in there and just calling out any attempts to fight back.
Yep, and although Dragalia saying Fairy Guy that doesn't exist, was playing pretty well on the Fairy, gotta say. Was playing pretty well on the unlucky characters they were dealt with, so shout out to Dragalia. But in the end, luck is a skill, and Prada was just more skilled in the skill of luck.
Of course. Luck correlates with skill, everyone knows.
The results don't lie.
The results never lie. But with that, we had closed out Bestie Brawl Grand Blue number 5. Congratulations to Prada for taking the tournament.
Unfortunately, that will be the end of the stream, I think.
What?
Yeah, it happens.
It does happen. But luckily, Grand Blue comes out on top. We still managed to get our streaming, baby. Let's go.
Goodbye,
Cash
everyone.
money.